All right, we're live. First comment I saw was Kyle for president, and that is always just how it should be. One day
Thank
we'll
you.
see it. But
Thank
we
you,
were just
Indigo.
chatting, and I was telling Kyle that I'm coaching JV volleyball right now, and I forgot how intense just like coaching was, sports was, and like it's um it's a good feeling. And I remember we spoke about this in the past, but like we played. I think we were on JV soccer together. Was it JV or were you on varsity and rode the bench?
Yeah, no, we were on middle school together. Yeah.
Middle school.
hmm
Um, and I don't remember playing much. I remember sitting on the bench. Quentin Marsalis was on our team, but I forgot about just like how competitive sports was, and like like someone was coaching our team. I don't remember who the hell it was, but it's been fun. Like I've been enjoying it. It's cool to see a different perspective from like high school kids, and you forget just like that, like that's a part of life that kids go through. I don't know like the thoughts on it, but like just sports in general, like I've never really played competitive sports, but like as a coach you just want to win every game. um and some people just have like this killer instinct of like I want to win, and other people are just like whatever about it. And every game it's JV volleyball, I want to like just like crush them, like fuck feelings, fuck like like I don't know what the hell.
I've coached our sons basketball and our sons soccer,
Mhm.
and the other guy who coached with me, I was an assistant coach, and the other guy is also from New York, and he was the head coach. And I think I caught a number of times our New York coming out of us during the games because we get a little too into it. We're a little bit too like no, cut left, cut left. What are you doing? No, you got to kick it that way. What like
Yep.
it? You get a little too hype for it, and like you got to reel it in sometimes. But I think it's just passion for the game and stuff.
I forget like just how um like every moment like kids are looking for you, like whether it's like a teaching moment or like it's there's a lot that like people look to a coach for, and it's important that like you say the right things, but like you also forget that like kids at such a young age are so like they're so like sensitive. Like there's certain like and this is with kids too, you got to kind of just like watch what you say and say it the right way. Like the second game, I made three new people captains, and like one of the girls wasn't captain, and then like I didn't know that that's what set her off. So it's like there's a lot of like I don't know, there's a lot of stuff you got to navigate just kind of in the coaching world that like you don't think about.
Yeah, and it's tough because some people prefer a more direct style of coaching, and then there's
Yeah.
other people who prefer, like you said, like you walk them through it gently, and like you're very sensitive with it and soft with it. And so it's really tough. It's not easy to coach because you have to find a way to like manage personalities and try to like manage the game,
Yep.
and that's tough because like who the hell has the ability to manage like 12 different people's personalities and like succeed at doing it? It's very rare.
Yep. 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 Well, we're 2-1 and we're rocking and rolling. But anyone who's played volleyball, that sport is crazy. There's a lot of like rules and just like stuff that happens after the ball is served. It's not like gym class where you just kind of like rotate, move to the next spot. Like there's mad shit that goes on. But regardless, what's going on, man? How are you doing? How you feeling? How's life?
Doing good, doing good.
Um,
Um,
I went to the mall the other day because I'm starting to compile some crazy chips to like send to you. So I've got 3 bags so
Oh my,
far.
that's funny. How you
And
getting
like,
all the wild chips?
but low key, I like so there's this one store in the Palisades Mall that's kind of I think it's like an Asian store. I don't know if it's like Korean or whatever, but they have the wildest bags of chip. It's like they've got like oyster flavor, they've
Oh,
got like lobster, they've
oh.
so I bought 2 bags. One was like Italian meatballs or something like that. And these are like Lay's makes them, and then Doritos makes another kind. One was like super nacho cheese, like um, but it's always so strange to see all the different countries have like the weirdest flavor chips. And I don't know why it's not like mainstream here in the US, because I feel like the US, we are like come up with the craziest concoctions of foods. Whereas if you go to other countries, their foods are a little bit more standard and are never like a bacon cheeseburger with like a hash brown patty on it or something wild. It's always just like the most straightforward, like chicken and rice type of shit.
It depends where you go. Everybody's got some wild shit on their menu. Like I think if you go to McDonald's in different countries too, There's different things on the menu. You know, have you heard that before? I feel like France, they got some different shit. The UK, they got some different shit. I know they don't even sell. This is interesting. They don't even sell McChickens in the UK at McDonald's because that quality of chicken is way worse than the higher level McCrispy shit.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
That is pretty wild. Yeah, because I mean, like, I feel like that should be a staple across the board. Like, if you're going to McDonald's, it should be the same menu at all different spots. But the fact that they kind of regulate even food quality in some of the other countries is like respect.
Yeah, we're the idiots, right? Like, it tastes good, but like you're eating like pig anus and ball sacks and asshole and double asshole.
Yeah, I've never ate anything wild. Scotty, my daughter, tried octopus once. I don't know if you've ever tried some weird shit.
The thing about octopus is the quality of it, like the consistency. I mean, not the quality. It's rubbery as fuck.
And it just looks scary too. Like, it's like got all the tentacles, and then like there's the shit on the arms that have like the little dots on it that go out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess it's like I think in Asia or something like that, they like really like octopus or something like that. But it's got to be like something ingrained. Like, you have to be born eating that shit. That's not something you see and you're like, I gotta try that.
But fried calamari, I think, is technically octopus too. And as long as you fry that shit, then I'm fine eating it. Fry it, let me dip it in that sauce, and then I'm good. But if you tell me to just eat it without it being fried, nah, man. Because to me, again, it's the consistency of it. If it's like chewy as fuck, then I can't, like, I know what I'm eating, you know?
Yeah. That's the same with shrimp for me. Like, so they had, I worked this event and they had cold shrimp there, and people were housing that shit. They had some cocktail sauce. I don't even fuck with the cocktail sauce. They were taking cold. The fact that sometimes there's cold shrimp and then there's duty in the shrimp is weird to me. You ever see that?
No.
Yeah, it's like cold shrimp. There's always little like duty stains, like sometimes that people have to like pluck out of it before they eat it, and they still eat it. It's not even like it's.
I never noticed that about cold shrimp. I'm like you. I'm not a big cold shrimp guy, but where I disagree is I like the cocktail sauce. I feel like the cocktail sauce should be removed. Always remove the poop string. God, that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro.
If there's
so there's shrimp shit in the cold shrimp.
Yes, sometimes like you could look at shrimp, and there's just like little black dots in the like kind of slit of the ass, and I think that's poop, dog. Imagine any other meal where there's like shit in there, and it's just normal to just pluck it out and then continue eating your meal.
Let me tell you something we did right in this country. Here's what we did right. We don't call the food that we eat, we usually don't call just the name of the animal. Like, if you're eating steak, you don't call it cow.
Yeah.
You're not saying, oh, I'm eating cow. If you're eating a pig, you don't say, I'm eating pig. You say, I'm eating ham or I'm eating bacon, right? Yep. The fact that we switched it up, I respect that, because what we're saying is, nah, bro, I cooked it, like I fried it, I grilled it, I cooked it, I did some shit with it, I put some marinade on that bitch, I put some salt on there. Like, it's not the same thing. But if you tell me, like, we're eating pig tonight, I'll be like, I'm not just never going to eat again, you know? You tell me I'm eating cow, it's like, all right, I'm just not going to eat. But you needed to mentally trick me into thinking that it was some other shit, and they did that.
How are you on pig roasting? Because people kind of make that shit like it's an American staple. Oh, excuse me. I'm drinking this shit. Molly put me on pink slush.
And bro, you're eating an energy drink at nearly 9 o'clock at night.
I gotta wake up. I can still fall asleep though. I've said this in the past that like I could knock out regardless of if I like.
That's crazy.
I don't do cocaine or anything like that, but like I could probably do like mad lines of cocaine and still fall asleep. Like,
that's
right.
Crystal drinks those too, by the way.
Yeah, this is like this kind of just came like whatever this company is, Alani or something like that. They make a purple one too that everyone's drinking. I don't know if like an influencer put this on or something, but I've seen these everywhere now. And
hey, Crystal,
everyone's drinking these joints.
Corin's drinking the same energy drink that you drink, the pink Alani, and it's like pink crush or pink slush or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of banging. They have a purple one too.
She's got a message for you. Hold on. What'd you say, Crystal? Dream Float. She said try Dream Float. Right. It's like a creamsicle flavor, and that shit is banging.
Oh, that sounds banging.
That's so crazy though. Like that you could drink that right now and go to sleep. Like, I'm the opposite, where I used to take caffeine in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'd take it like right when I woke up, and then I'd take it like at 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Then I started pushing the afternoon one back to like, all right, I'm going to take it at 2, not 3 or 4. Then I said, all right, you know what? Let me just cut out the afternoon caffeine because I hear I'll sleep better if I do that. Then now all I have is decaf in the morning. I don't even have full caffeine. Decaf's like maybe 10 milligrams of caffeine. But if I were to have caffeine, if I just move my time back from taking it at 4 to taking it at 2, I'll sleep better. If I don't have caffeine at 2, I'll sleep better. If I don't have it in the morning, I sleep better. Like, I can take it. It stays in your system for 12 hours.
Caffeine?
And so caffeine does. Oof. And so if you just don't take it, you'll be like, holy shit, I've never slept that well in my life, bro.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what my like good sleep depends on. Like, some nights I'm like super butter, like no waking up, nothing. Other nights, I guess if my like daughter comes into the bed and like if anything's touching me, like if there's a pillow on my back or something, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and it'll throw off my sleep. But I rarely like have bad sleep. Like, I kind of feel bad for people that like, I've had nights obviously where I've had restless sleep where maybe the room is too hot and like I'm under the blanket and I'm sweating. But normally I get good ass sleep. And I think there's a lot of people that pretty regularly like don't get good sleep.
Bro, let me tell you, for years I never had a dream, or at least I didn't remember my dreams. For years. As soon as I stopped caffeine, I started having dreams. It was like right away. That shit is crazy. So I was not hitting my like deepest stages of sleep, or at least if I was, it wasn't there for a long time.
Yeah.
And night and day, bro. Night and day. Now it's like I dream every night. Before, I could not dream for the life of me. For over a decade, I can't remember any dreams I had.
Yeah, that's so. And so you're fully all like off all your stuff now, right? Like, so have you like is your body feel better?
I'm not off everything, but like I don't take I'm not on caffeine. I have
that's
10 milligrams of caffeine in the morning.
And like, is your head more clear? Like, do you feel a big difference? You said
I would say the difference is I sleep really well. That's the best thing. But what I don't deal with now that I stopped caffeine is the big energy spikes and crashes. I don't get that anymore. Now it's like I'm like roughly the same level all day. And sometimes that sucks because sometimes when I'm doing my show, I want to get an extra gear. Like, I want to have like more energy. But I always like it for the rest of the day because I used to do my show and then right when it was over, I just crash hard and I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay in bed. But now it's like I'm done. It's like I still have energy where if I have to do something, I could do something. And mentally, I'm still there, you know?
So is that good or bad? Do you want to just crash out or do you want to?
Well, I mean, ideally, I'd like to have the best of both worlds where like if I need that energy boost, I get it, but then I don't crash. But that's not really an option. So I guess I prefer it how I have it now, just because the added good sleep I feel like probably pays dividends in the long run. That's like good for me in the long run, you know?
Yeah. Well, shout out to this company because this shit is bomb. But I was never like a Red Bull. I was never the other drink, Monster Energy. But those are popular, man. People OD on those drinks. But another thing that I heard was weird, and I just said this to my daughter tonight because I saw she had sunflower seeds. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently, like, I know someone that he said he used to like inhale sunflower seeds. I don't know if he ate the shell and everything, but they got like lodged in his kidney or liver or something like that, and he almost died. So like they like, cut him open, and apparently they were all like wedged somewhere in his body. They don't like, what's that?
Process? Your body doesn't process it?
Yeah, like process or break down that you like they go through your body. So he had like all sunflower seeds wedged in as I think it's under his kidney or liver or something like that, and almost died because of it. So like I told her like stop having sunflower seeds because that scared me.
That shit is crazy, bro. I can't believe that. I didn't know those shits were deadly like that. What the fuck?
Yeah, so I don't know if sunflower seeds, if there's something bad with them, but like sunflower seeds are banging. That's like baseball games, the ones with the flavors on the outside, you just like eat the whole flavors, bite the shell off, and then spit the whole thing.
I've never been big on those. I've never been big on anything that you got to have an extra step in that shit. Like if I'm eating something, don't tell me I got to spit that shit out. Like
that's a good point too.
Or it's like when you order fajitas at a good Mexican restaurant, those shits come out separately, and they're like, "All right, you make it," and it's like, "No, you make it." Like what? I'm in a restaurant. What are you talking about? So I'm not a. Have you ever? I did the dip shit for like a year.
Yeah, I
the
never
dip.
did the dip, but like,
And like the shit that's fucked up about the dip, it tastes good. You put it in your mouth, it tastes good, but then you always got to be like, you always have to
yep,
like spit it out, and it's
yep,
like, don't give me an extra step. Like, don't
yep.
make me do some extra shit.
Yeah, no, that's a good ass point. People would always find like the most random, like I feel like all sanitary shit goes out the window when you're trying to accomplish something. So people would find like the most random water bottles to like spit their dip in. And it was like so nasty. Like it's like people are worried about us not washing our hands after you pee. But if they dip, they would like go into a random trash can, pick up some random ass bottle to find like their dip cup, and then just be like, nah, I need a cup. Like it's totally excused because I need to spit this shit into a cup.
Bro, and people have horror stories of drinking the dip.
Oh,
Like people have horror stories. Usually, like some college kids after a night of drinking, and they grab, and it's just that's like hell on earth, man.
that shit, like to me, that never like it never excited. Like I never like was like I like because don't some people like cut their lip too to like get the feeling even more
I never
of
heard of
like
that.
dipping.
I never heard of that
I feel
before.
like baseball players would do that. Like they would like
Really?
either, like cut their lip or something to like get the feeling of the dip more like
That's crazy.
effective or some shit like that. But I don't know how the dip would give you the same feeling as like having a cigarette or something like that. It gives you just
Yeah.
like a numbing feeling.
No, caffeine. I'm sorry,
Oh,
not caffeine.
caffeine.
Nicotine. It just gives you that nicotine buzz. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all.
I don't know. To me, is like it's cool for a baseball player to do that shit, but like
Yeah, it
someone
looks cool.
it looks super
cool.
cool.
But that's I mean, it's just like cigarettes, right? Like in the long run, you're just fucking yourself up. You can only do it for like a short amount of time, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
People get all sorts of mouth cancers and shit.
Yeah, it's
But
not
it
good.
tasted good. I did it for a year. I definitely tasted good. I definitely like the taste of it.
The dip.
Yeah, they have
like
different flavors, you know.
that's the thing. Even with vaping, like they make it to a point right now where the flavors are like so enticing. Like it's like shit that like you're like I like cotton
Like pink
candy,
slush, pink slush, like
slush.
yeah.
That shit. Like that's probably
Mhm.
a vaping flavor. But the thing that pisses me off the most is there was like people vaping on my airplane. There was people vape now everywhere. And it's to a point where it's like you can't it's not on you to be the police and kind of stop them from doing it, but like at some point, like you kind of got to be
Yeah.
like, yo, like you got to chill.
That shit's on the way out though. Vaping's on the way out because it like there have been studies now and it says like people who vape, you're inhaling like lead into your lungs. Like
Oh, for real?
everybody thought for a hot minute that like, oh, this is definitely better than cigarettes. And it is, to be fair. Cigarettes have like 900 or something like that carcinogens in it. They give you cancer.
Mm-hmm.
There's like some bad things in vaping, but it's just fewer ingredients. But the fact that you're breathing lead into your lungs like that, you're still doing damage. And so that's why now the big industry that popped off is the pouches, the nicotine pouches. Have you seen those shits?
No, but that sounds worse than the fucking.
Well, no, because if you're inhaling something into your lungs, you're fucking up your lungs, especially if it has lead or whatever, the carcinogenic shit in cigarettes. So anything you're going to inhale is going to be worse for you than just putting it in your mouth. So dip is better than cigarettes, and dip is probably better than vaping in many ways. You still might give yourself like mouth problems if you do it for a long time. But these pouches, so I don't do nicotine pouches, but these are like CBD pouches right here.
Oh, wow.
And they look, I'll show everybody what they look like. They just look like that. And they smell, this one smells great. This one's the apple flavor. And these are the shits that are taken over now from vaping. Because vaping, people are having problems. Their lungs are fucked up. They don't like how they're breathing. They lose their ability to like have endurance.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are going to nicotine pouches, like Zyn is one of them.
Zyn,
there's other ones. Alp is another one of them. Mevo, Zeno, Vizo, some Vino, some shit like that. There's Velo or Velo is the other one. There's
what happens to the bag? The bag goes in your mouth?
No, but you spit out the bag when you're done getting the flavor out of the thing.
So how long does it stay in your mouth for?
It varies. Some people keep it in for like 30 minutes. Some people keep it in for an hour. Some people keep it in for 2 hours.
Oh, wow. That long.
Yeah, it's however long you can get flavor out of it. I guess it depends on the company. It depends on the flavor and stuff, but some will last a long time. Some will be like a shorter amount of time.
Oh, wow. Damn, man. I'm so out of it. Like, and I'm surprised that like cigarettes never have gotten phased out because I feel like that would be.
Oh, they are. They're out, man.
They?
Just only very, very few people. I mean, the market for cigarettes now is tiny, bro. Tiny. Everybody knows like that shit worked when they did the public campaign of like, these shits are just going to fucking kill you. Like, you're going to die. You're going to die.
The
Like,
fact that, like, it even
worked
says
over
that on the
time.
box is like, "You're gonna die," and people are still like, "I'll take a Marlboro Red." And it's like they look at the box and it's like, "This can directly cause you to die," and you're just like, "Yeah, I'll take a carton."
I mean, I get it. I get it because, I smoked for however many years I smoked for. It was a while. But, you know, to defend them a little bit, like, they should write that shit on fucking wine bottles too. Like,
That's
alcohol is
true.
probably even worse, Alcohol and tobacco are, like, worse than illegal drugs. Like, any illegal drug you could point to, that shit is probably not as bad as alcohol and tobacco. Bro, they say nicotine is literally the hardest shit to quit. I think we talked about this last week, but they say it's the hardest shit to quit, even worse than, like, heroin, which is insane.
That is wild.
Because I've done it twice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't actually know that, but I feel like the same thing. I mean, not comparable, but like soda is tough for me to kind of just stop drinking
Bro,
soda,
no,
and
you're
soda's just as bad for you.
hell yeah, it is because it's packed full of sugar and some of them are packed full of caffeine. Like, that shit is no joke, bro. Like, if you drink even
This
just
is what I used to think. I used to
one or
just be
two
like,
sodas, literally just quit. What did you quit, Martin? I'm curious.
"Oh, no," I
Quit
think he must
soda?
just be saying like, literally just quit. I used to have that mentality with people who smoked. I was just like, literally just quit. But it's
I did it.
yeah. No, I
I
know,
did
but
it.
for a lot of people, like they need the patch, they need like
No, I would recommend people don't do it the way I did it. I would say don't do cold turkey. I did cold turkey twice. The first time wasn't that bad because my dad had just died of lung cancer, and so I just sort of naturally quit. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I'm not going to go to the store and get cigarettes.
yeah.
That was easy enough. Vaping was harder to quit. Vaping was harder to quit. It felt like, it just felt like I felt it more. I felt like anxiety and shit when I quit, but eventually your body just gets over it. But for a lot of people, I agree with you, Corin. For a lot of people, they should do, like, I know somebody now who's trying to quit the nicotine pouches. These are CBD, not nicotine, but he has like the nicotine pouches,
Yeah.
and he's on the 9 milligram shits. That's the highest one they sell, or for at least for that brand that he's using. And bro, listen to this. So he was on vacation with his girlfriend's mom and his girlfriend, and there's the thumbs up thing. And his girlfriend's mom decided to try one of the shits they were drinking. So she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try one of these shits."
Just bugging.
Put it in her mouth. Right, was sitting there, feel fine, feel fine, feel fine. He was in the shower, so we didn't even know that she was trying this. He gets out of the shower. He walks out to them crying, throwing up, passing out, and basically being like, "We need to go to the hospital. Like, take me to the hospital."
From one of the shits.
From one of the shits because it was 9 milligrams. And anybody who knows nicotine knows you can't just one cigarette is 1 milligram, bro.
Yeah, I was
One
gonna say,
cigarette
how
is
much
one
is a
milligram,
cigarette?
bro.
Yeah.
So that's 9 milligrams you put in your mouth that you're getting hit within like 20, 30 minutes. You're dump it into your system. They were crying. Like, they literally were like, it was the mom and her friend who did it. And it just was horrible. So he's on the 9 milligrams. So what he should do is go from 9, like reduce the number he does per day by like 1 or 2, right? Do that for like 3 or 4 days. Then drop to 6 milligram shits because they do 9, 6, and 3. Do that for like a week, right? Cut back like by 1 or 2 of those shits during the day. Then do the 3 milligrams and do that for like a week or 2, and then cut back slowly until you get to 0 of them. That's how I would do it if I was coaching somebody to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a good game plan. It's just a slowly like easier way off of like what you do. And that's the same thing. I feel like I'm going the opposite way in soda. I increase my intake in soda just because like I don't know what it is. It's just a good feeling at the end of the night to like pour a glass of ginger ale or Diet Coke or some shit. And it's like having a glass of wine for like someone who likes wine. It's just like that, like resetting, of like, here's the end of the night. I'm just gonna chill out and have a glass of soda or some shit like that. But
I got a good trick for you, bro. I got a good trick for you that I think will work for you to quit your soda addiction. So first of all, get some, it doesn't have to be this brand, but just get any like original seltzer that's not flavored, right?
Yep.
Then get Mio, the little squirt bottles of Mio. They have the lemonade flavor, the fruit punch flavor. They got like a whole bunch of different flavors.
Yep.
Pick whatever flavors you want. And then instead of having a soda, pour the original seltzer into a glass, put some Mio in that bitch, stir it, and then it'll taste like you're drinking soda, but it's not soda. You're not going to get the sugar. You're not going to get the caffeine. And so that's a good way. That's a good way to quit for that.
Yeah. I feel like it's also scary of like how much stuff, I mean, going back to the old Four Loco like model of like how much shit they pack into like a small can or a small pouch that like is so bad for you. And like now they have like these CBD like infused like alcoholic drinks or something like that these people had. Like, so we went to Lake George and they had a couple, and like one can got like people messed up. And I was like, the fact that like all of this is just packed into a little 20-ounce can is scary, of like the like concoctions that people are putting all together. And like I didn't try one, but I should have, just to see like what happened. But I was like a little nervous. The CBD infused seltzer, yeah, that's like to me scary.
CBD, but CBD doesn't really make you feel anything. That's the thing about CBD. So THC is the ingredient.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm talking about. THC,
okay, yeah. Well, that shit'll fuck you up. If it has THC, that shit'll fuck you up.
Yeah, that's what it was. Not
okay,
CBD.
right.
Yeah, THC.
This shit does nothing. So like it's like the cousin of THC, but it doesn't get you high. But they say it's good to just like, if you have like anxiety or something, it'll just sort of shut that off without getting you high. Right? That's what this shit does. But THC will get you fucked up.
Yeah, that's what it was. They had CBD can like relax you and kind of just chill you out and mellow you. But THC is like on some like not hallucinating shit, but like you start like fucking with your head a little bit.
Yeah, no, THC it can be weed, and THC that can be make you, it's mildly psychedelic, like it's a psychoactive substance. It can make you feel like, you know, like shit is there that's not there. Like I was never big on psychoactive. I feel like that shit makes me question reality in a negative way. I'm okay with like, if you want to change my mood and make me feel more up or more down, that's cool. But if you don't try to make me think I'm seeing Scooby-Doo dancing in his underwear or some shit, like I don't want to see that. I don't want to question my whole life existence. Like I don't want to do that, you know?
I thought about that shit the other day randomly. I was just driving on the highway and I was like, we're all definitely like in a Sims game right now. Like someone is controlling my car right now. And I'm just a little character driving around. Someone was like, I want to make a amusement park. I'm going to build that shit. And I was just like, I don't think I'm really in control of my shit right now. And then I just
it does feel like everything's scripted, bro. It really does feel like we're in a movie. Like everything is scripted, like it's a simulation or something, you know, or like it's all AI or some shit, because it's weirder than a movie. It's weird. Everything's weirder than a movie, man. Like none of it feels real. I would imagine real life, if the life was really real, things would be way more boring, a way higher percentage of the time, you know?
Yeah. And I'm like to a point now where I know there's a lot of AI videos and fake videos of like everyone just giving press conferences, but every video I watch now, I'm like, I think that shit is fake. So like real videos, I'm like, I don't know if it's fake, real or not. Like, and it's like regular shit. Like it's a player having a press conference after a football game, and they'll say some shit that I'm like, he might have said that, he might have not said that, and then I don't know. I really don't know. And it's to a point now where going forward, I'm definitely going to start believing some fake shit, and real shit, I'm going to be like, that's some fake shit.
That's what, remember Trump was asked about a video at the White House of somebody throwing something out of a window. This was like during that week.
I was going to ask you about that shit. Like,
yeah, he was like, it's AI. It was AI. And then they show him the video.
Yeah.
He goes, that's AI. And then he goes, look, even if it's not AI, what you do is you just say it's AI, right? You say it's AI. It's like, dog, you're not supposed to say that part.
Did someone throw some shit out of the window?
Yeah, definitely. That wasn't fake. That was real as fuck. And you had, you know, you could submit it to, like, ironically, you could submit a video to artificial intelligence and say, is this artificial intelligence? And it will give you a percentage chance that it is or it isn't. And that one was like 0% chance it was fake, because the shadows were all right. Like there was nothing about it that was off. Everything was right. You know, like everything was perfect to make it real.
Did they say what? Like,
no, nobody knows what it was. But my guess is it has something to do there. And he was so defensive about it that it made me feel like I didn't think it was about him when I first saw the video. I was like, okay, somebody's cleaning some shit and throwing it out the window or whatever. But when he got mad defensive about it, I was like, oh, that's probably whatever medicine they were giving him for whatever health problem he was having was probably wrapped in the shit that they threw out the window. That's my guess.
Yeah, but like, I'm just so confused. Why would they throw some shit out the window and not in the like fucking garbage can?
Well, if he doesn't want there being a record of him taking a certain medicine, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to go in through the front door. You're not going to have that shit registered at the front desk or with the Secret Service. You're going to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they could just dump that bitch out the window. And then the funny thing is, the White House had released a statement that, that's what it was. They were cleaning or they were renovating, and like, so they threw some shit out the window. And then later in the day, they had the press conference, and Trump was like, oh, that video's AI. That's not even real. And so, like, two different stories, and he got mad defensive. So it definitely was some weird shit involving him, you know?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I always find it funny that they'll always ask him a question. And at first he's like, no, I didn't see that. I don't know about this. And then like he'll answer it later in the thing that like he
Detailed.
definitely saw it shit and like it like did research on it. And it's like
They said to him, sir, have you noticed that you're dead? People are saying you're dead. And he goes,
yeah, that one.
I haven't seen this. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, bro, for 3 days straight, 4 days straight, the internet was just all like, rest in peace. This motherfucker's dead. What the fuck? And he's like, I didn't see that. And then he goes on, like you said, to talk like it's really like, people are saying they think I'm dead.
Not for nothing. He went to the Yankees game and like so a lot of people that I know who are like kind of like obviously left leaning are mad at the Yankees because they showed him mad love. Every player on the team was like, buddy with him.
Yep. Saw that.
I mean, he gave a good speech in the locker room and kind of like won the team over and basically was like, when the Red Sox came, they won 15 in a row after I was there. Yankees are going to win tonight. They did win that night. But obviously the people at the higher ups of the Yankees fuck with Trump hard. And again, I'll always hate on Trump, but like they were cheering him and I don't know, it just wasn't I didn't think it was a good look for the Yankees. And, but I mean, he chooses the right time to go there. He went there. It was right after September 11th.
Bro, it was a day after Charlie Kirk got murked. And he was doing the fucking dance in the booth, like,
that was kind of yeah.
Fun. And then TMZ just reported that they did like some vigil thing for Charlie Kirk at the Kennedy Center last night. This motherfucker was out golfing.
Yeah.
He went golfing. He was dancing terribly to YMCA on 9/11 the day after Charlie Kirk got exactly. And to go, it was so surreal to watch and then did you see when he was asked about Charlie Kirk, like, how are you doing, sir? Are you okay?
Yeah,
and he's like, I guess I'm doing okay. You see those trucks over there? They're working on our ballroom. Our ballroom's going to be beautiful, isn't it? It's like, holy shit. This man is truly a black hole. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about anyone or anything at all, bro.
Yeah.
This kid runs the biggest youth conservative organization and did massive turnout to get young people to flip more for Trump. He's like an arm of the Republican Party. He's like one of their chief young propagandists. He was super fucking loyal to Trump, even when Trump was bombing Iran and doing all sorts of shit he said he wouldn't fucking do. Charlie Kirk was there like a loyal fucking foot soldier. And then he gets murked at 31, nonetheless.
Wow.
Like young as fuck. And Trump's out fucking dancing at the Yankees game and talking about his ballroom. He doesn't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah. I honestly feel like even if Melania, something happened to Melania, like I don't think there's anybody. It's sad that like the only person that really affected him because he's had un-Trumply moments was Epstein. Like that's the one guy that like he's had moments where he's gotten out of character and been like, stop asking me about him because you can clearly see that it's affecting him. But anyone else like Barron, maybe Ivanka would like kind of get him a little upset, but maybe not.
Dog. Yeah,
but like it seems like Epstein was the only dude that like threw him off kilter a little bit where he's like gone off of his Trump script to be like, yo, stop asking me about this. But everyone else, to your point, it's like he doesn't have a soul. It's crazy that like
he doesn't.
And maybe I don't know. I think like he's spoken about his father and shit like that, but like anyone else, he just like it's just on to the next. And it's crazy that they asked him about that and he literally just went back to like the construction on the White House. But like there's got to be just the fact that like if he is a real human being, there has to be a moment at night where he just like goes into a room and cries or like screams really loud or like how does he hold all that shit in? Like people go to therapists and like talk about this shit, but this guy, everything that gets thrown at him, you've never seen him really like wild out. It's kind of impressive.
But I mean, like, cause it's like he made a deal with the devil, bro. Like he is like the narcissist's narcissist.
I know, but
so he's just always thinking about himself and his image and how to get more money and how to get more applause. and like anything about anybody else around him, like just water off a duck's ass, dog.
I
Like
know.
just doesn't care on some level that, like like you said, Melania could die or Baron could die, and he would just be like, "That's really sad, really
Yeah.
sad." Anyway,
one,
let's talk about our ballroom. You know,
the one that people caught him on was when I always fuck up her name, Ruth Gators Bittenberg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah,
Ruth Bader
that shit was
Ginsburg.
funny because he was like, he was walking to the plane, and then there were reporters like, "Sir, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died," and he puts his hand to his ear like, "What? Come again now?" And they say, "Sir, Ruth Bader Ginsburg." He goes, "Ruth lived an amazing life, truly incredible, will never be forgotten." And then he just sort of kept walking.
But wasn't he like, "Oh, that one got me," or something? Like, I think he said something like
He may have said some shit like that, and there was like some music in the background, like
yes, that like throws it up. Anytime they add music for some shit, yeah.
That song, whatever, however that goes.
Yeah. But and not for nothing. And I mean, like, so I mean, like, I wanted to ask your thoughts on the Charlie Kirk shit because I like the way this shit happened is, I think, incredibly sad. Like, it's insane. And now, like, all these videos come out of, like, you know, and they put the music in the background and like you know, God Bless America and all this shit. But like, I just wanted, like, I haven't, like, I saw your initial video before he passed, but like, it's just nuts. I mean, like, the guy was 31 years old, and like the fact that he was just assassinated like in front of all those people, it's all on video, to me is just so wild, dude. And it's like, it's just fucking scary. And like, there's shit happening now where, I don't know if you saw, but like Taylor Swift went to the Chiefs game and literally had a bulletproof like fence thing around her that
Oh my
day.
God.
Like, she was like walking into the stadium and they had this bulletproof thing. Like,
Jesus.
the world we live in now is so bizarre that like celebrities aren't going to be able to just be out in public with people anymore because of the world we live in, and like the situation of just people being able to have guns and do whatever. But like, I don't know. That's a long-winded way of saying, like, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, you're super close to the situation. Obviously, you debated Charlie. I never knew what you said, that like he offered you to go on like a college tour shit with him. That's like crazy too.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that publicly before, but after that debate, his team reached out and wanted me to do like a national tour of debates with him. And I didn't want to do it because, I don't like traveling or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've told people the story behind the scenes. He was I had just gotten off a panel with like James Carville, and we were like yelling at each other and shit. And I was backstage with him and I was talking to him about it. And I was like, it was a genuine like human moment. I was explaining to him like how like a stubborn old goat James Carville is, and we were just talking about whatever for a solid 10 or 20 minutes. He was like a down to earth, normal ass dude, right? There was one point in the debate. Remember this, Corin? Where like I was like, okay, Charlie, why don't you go put on a diaper again? Remember I said that to him? Because there was that old thing. People don't remember this. Turning Point USA, one of the early things they did was they were making fun of liberals on college campus over their like, snowflake stuff, your cancel culture, whatever. And they were wearing diapers and like had like binkies in their mouth and were going like, goo goo gaga, I'm a baby, I want to censor you. And like, I get that you're trying to own the liberals, but like, you're just an adult wearing a diaper. so I mentioned that in the debate. And I remember after the debate, his team came up to me and they were like, that one thing, like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. I remember that.
I was like, all right, my bad, dog. But anyway, it was surreal. It was surreal watching it because that just as easily could have been me. That just as easily could have been me, could have been Crystal, could have been anybody in this space. And so, people who do like political content creation, I think we all looked at it and we were all like, that's all of us.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's just as many crazy right wingers out there, and one of them might be going through some shit and say, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. And so it's very surreal. It hit us where it hurts. And I find it very easy. Some people on the left are struggling to separate like, what he represented versus him as a human being. I don't find that hard at all. I find it easy to be like, that's totally unacceptable and immoral and horrible and disturbing. And also we could talk about his policy positions and how he was wrong on those things. Like I don't see a problem being able to differentiate there, but a lot of people do. A lot of people think if you say, hey, that's fucked up, that you're also saying, oh, I agree with him on the policy stuff. And I don't. But the real problem, I don't know if you're seeing this now, is there's like a massive effort to ruin people's lives if they did anything but suck them off. Yeah, have you been seeing this? That like even people who said, I condemn the shooting, like this is horrible, but I don't agree with him on these things he said. Even those people are getting their employers are being called. People are trying to get them fired. There was a girl in Texas who got arrested for mocking Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's totally against the First Amendment. So I don't know. What's scary is it's not only scary that happened, which it is scary that happened. It's also scary how now it's going to be used moving forward. I mean, you have Stephen Miller saying we're going to infiltrate or, investigate all these leftist organizations and take down these leftist organizations. And they're lying about how these left-wing organizations were working with the killer to, plan the shooting. It's like, that's totally made up. You just made that up.
Yeah. You hope that and again, I'm speaking like kind of out of pocket, but like, you hope it's not another situation that like the FBI and people on the right use, to your point, as like a way to kind of just like
go after the left.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
Disregard any laws or like kind of ways and like they have to go about doing it and kind of just say, oh, we're just doing this in the eyes of safety. That happened after 9/11 where Bush was just like, you guys don't have privacy anymore. We're just going to kind of look into
Patriot Act. We're going to spy on everybody. The Muslim groups, I'm sure, got fucking cracked down on hard. Right now on social media, there's like a right-wing hate campaign against Hassan Piker where they're bringing up out of context clips of shit he said, and they're posting it like as if Hassan is calling for violence and as if he's responsible for Charlie Kirk getting killed. Meanwhile, Hassan was fucking traumatized by that shit. He was supposed to debate him in a week from now. Yeah, so that could easily been Hassan, right? And they're whipping up this hate campaign against him and trying to get him not just like to get banned, but also it seems like they're trying to whip up hatred to get him killed. So you see this real, like really disturbing, like, eyes dead bloodlust coming from the right, where they're just like, oh, we're out for revenge. We're out for retribution, like an eye for an eye. So, I never read shit that people post about me or write to me or whatever.
Yeah.
It's how I stay sane.
Yeah.
But I was getting text messages from people who I know who are content creators, and they go, man, stay safe. I see you're getting a lot of death threats on Twitter. And I was like, I didn't know that, but now I do,
Yeah. I mean, and that's like incredibly scary because, I mean, like I look at it as like, you're like the left voice of what Charlie was on the right. And if you, obviously were to be going out to college campuses, like you would be generating the same amount of crowds, the same amount of like kind of
bigger. I think bigger.
Bigger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know people have like asked you to kind of do college tours and speak and all this stuff. Like, and that as your friend, I texted you and kind of was just like, yo, how are you feeling? And it's scary to me, but like, in a sense, like he had big ass crowds. And like the one clip that I keep pointing to is him with Gavin Newsom. And he was just like, his niece and his son were like big fans of his, and was like, you're making a dent. And like, dude, like a lot of his, like he had like those crowds were insane at his shits. But so
like, let me point out about him, because he's actually unique. People say, oh, I'm like the left-wing version of him. That's actually not fair to Charlie, because Charlie was actually bigger in a sense, in the sense that he had worked himself into a position where he was part of the Republican establishment. He was basically like the youth propaganda minister is his position. So Charlie got a lot of money from different right-wing billionaires. Yeah. He started this group, Turning Point USA, and they start these chapters all across the country of young conservatives who want to get involved in politics. And like, he's technically the head of it. They do all these events at these colleges. And like, he was very responsible for helping to get Trump elected with young people. And so he's part of that Republican establishment. Like he had meetings with Donald Trump. He had talked to Donald Trump. He had met with big money Republican donors. He had met with Republican senators. Now you have the president saying you got to fly your flags at half staff now because he was killed. Like, so he was way more connected than I was. If I were to get killed, there wouldn't be a single, like, nobody would be saying you got to put your flag at half staff. Nobody would know. There wouldn't be any fucking moment of silences at baseball games.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about too, is like, it's funny how like obviously Colin Kaepernick was the first, but once he's taken a knee, it's like there's no place for politics in sports. But now
yeah.
all these owners who are super conservative, super, right wing leaning, all tied in with Trump now are giving moment of silences, and every news outlet on the right is like, we're watching which teams don't, say something about
I
Charlie.
know.
And it's like, what now? It's okay to kind of bring politics into sports.
Yeah, it's there. Crystal mentioned this. It's like they are trying to force everybody to only say positive things. Like, and that's not right. I understand. I agree with when people say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Right. I get it. If you say, hey, look, be nice, be civil, be human for a day or two, some shit happens, like just, let everybody grieve, like let them grieve, right? Like it is what it is. I get that. I get that perfectly. I'm all for the niceties. I'm all for the decorum. I'm all for not pissing on anybody's grave. But it's a totally separate thing to go one step further and say, now you have to agree with everything he said. And if you dare, people were literally quoting Charlie Kirk, writing his own quotes, not adding any commentary of their own. And we're getting fired for it.
Yeah.
Because the quotes were ugly words. And so they were getting fired because they're like, well, obviously you don't mean that nicely about Charlie, and you're only allowed to say nice things about Charlie right now. So we're going to fire you for that.
Yeah.
So that's the part I cannot accept that. Like, I get it, man. I was not out there. I was just as flabbergasted as anybody. And I condemn it just like anybody, of course. Then you start ruining people's lives because they don't agree. Because some people were genuinely mocking him after he died. It's fucked up, but it's perfectly legal. But then you have other people who were literally like, man, that's fucked up that happened, but I disagree with his politics. And they're still getting in trouble. And it's like, they made a fucking doxing database of like 50,000 people trying to get them fired from their jobs.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Because of what, and it's like, you have got to be kidding me. And like, it's this fervor going through the country now where it's like cancel culture on steroids and human growth hormone. And all the right-wingers used to shit on lefties for cancel culture 24/7. Now they're the ones who are like, oh, we're going to do all the fucking canceling, you know?
Yep.
And, go ahead.
The one thing I saw that was funny is like Ted Cruz hasn't acted on anything in Texas very fast, but the fact that like he saw or got tipped off on like a fuck Charlie Kirk thing on the highway, and he got out there with the paintbrush or whatever and like wrote it off is like
photo op. Yeah.
They're all like, it's all just like
virtue signaling. Yeah, they're all virtue signaling. That, and fucking JD Vance hosted Charlie Kirk's show where he proceeded to lie about like all these attacks are coming from the left. Meanwhile, any objective analysis shows it's literally like 90-10, 90% right-wing attacks, 10% left-wing attacks. Like, nobody put the flags at half-mast when it was the Minnesota lawmakers who got murdered in June. It was a MAGA Republican who had a hit list of only Democrats, and he killed a Democratic legislature. Nobody put the flags at half-mast. No baseball games had a moment of silence. Nobody fucking talked about it. The president didn't even call Tim Walz.
Yeah, didn't he say it was someone's fault?
He was like, why would I waste my time? He said, why would I waste my time calling Tim Walz? He's crazy. Why would I do that? Meanwhile, a Democratic lawmaker, one of the leading Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota, was fucking murked. And Tim Walz was also on the hit list. Right? Yeah. And so to me, like, that double standard really drives me crazy. Where like, if a Democrat is murdered, nobody even fucking talks about it. Nobody even talks about it. But then Charlie Kirk gets hit, and now everybody's fucking furious about it, and everybody's got to profusely suck him off. And, that's the only thing that's allowed to happen. And if you deviate even 1%, we're going to ruin your life and get you fired from your job. And it's like, if you actually gave a shit about basic bare minimum humanity, at the very least, you could say, fly the flag at half staff for both of them. Or at least say something about both of them. And the president didn't give a fuck when it was a Democrat who was killed. Crystal made a good point about this. I wanted to run it by you. So what she said was, I thought this was very insightful. She said, nowadays, like, if you just do a school shooting these days, it's almost like we've had so many of those that people are like, yep, another school shooting. Like, it doesn't even register like you used to. Yeah. Like Columbine, Sandy Hook, we've had so many, Uvalde, we've had so many of the school shootings that now if you do a school shooting, the mass shooters, it's just like, you don't even remember the name of the mass shooter. Like, It's just, okay, it was just another school shooting because we live in America and we have a lot of mass shootings. Yep. So what Crystal says is, it's like those same people, those same like deranged, nihilistic people who just want to cause chaos and kill. Now, instead of doing school shootings, those people have graduated to, let me do political assassinations. But if you look at like their ideology, it's not even like coherent. right? And so you had the shooter who was like both a Nazi and trans, who wrote confusing things on her clips. Remember this? That was the previous shooting that happened. Now you have this person who's got confusing shit, and they killed Charlie Kirk. And it's like, it's that same mindset of like total nihilism, nothing matters, and like, I want to hurt the world. You know, I have no meaning, I have no purpose. I'm violent. Like, and so it's not even like a coherent political ideology. It's just like the same school shooter mindset, but now they're just deciding, oh, political assassinations still pack a punch in a way that school shootings don't.
Yeah.
Like if this was a school shooting, nobody would even still be talking about it. There was a school shooting the same day. Charlie Kirk got killed. There was a school shooting. It was a 16-year-old guy. Desmond Holly was his name, is the name of the killer. And he killed, I think, 2 people, and more went to the hospital. And he was anti-Semitic, Nazi, all sorts of shit. Nobody's even talking about it. I'm the only person in the country that remembers the name Desmond Holly because I read the article on that.
Yeah.
Right? But that doesn't pack a punch. We're still talking about Charlie Kirk. That packs a punch. So now all those people are moving to political assassinations, you know?
Yeah, I think that kind of I think you're right. It's just, I don't think there's much thought that goes into it. I think to your point, these killers are just like, I don't like this person, I'm going to take it out. And like, there's no, like the FBI said there was a manifesto from this kid that like apparently they got destroyed, you know, but like there's no, I don't think there's any motive or thought behind it, even with like a Ouija, you know, like I think the narrative gets made after the fact by people just trying to fit whatever narrative they're trying to fit. But I don't think these people go into these shootings like expecting or thinking like a solution is going to come from it. I think they just kind of like targeted someone in their eyes is bad, take them out, and then move forward. I don't know. Because a lot of the shit, like you said, isn't clear. Like Ben Shapiro was saying the shell casings for this guy was from like a game or like a gamer. I don't know. It's just weird. It's scary. It's scary times that we are in right now.
Yeah. It's just that sort of culture that this kid came out of, this like deep internet culture, you know, that was a freaky, when there was that picture that everybody saw of this kid when he was like a child. He was given access to the computer
or something, right?
Yeah, and the mom was like, she put text with the picture like, we never even see him anymore because he's always on the computer. And it's like, oh no, you don't understand what you're unleashing on the world.
I know. And sometimes to that point, I'm like, I am sometimes thinking, because my daughters aren't on a tablet a lot or aren't on the computer much, I'm like, are they missing out, or are they like behind the 8 ball and like learning things on the internet or what? But like,
no.
Then I see this situation where kids are on their computer at such a young age, and I'm like, nah, it leads to violence and Roblox and people hacking you and all this weird shit.
Bro, you're lucky because it really, in my experience, it's the boys that are the really ones that are at risk, because we see it with our son. Like, you got to make sure they're not on it too much, because if you just leave them alone and let them do whatever, they will get on that shit and they will not stop. From the second they wake up, let's say they wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, they will sit there, be on it, only break to go to the bathroom and eat, but they will be on it from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way until 12 o'clock at night. And they will even literally like try to walk to the bathroom looking at their fucking device.
Yeah.
It is. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't believe you could really be addicted to something like that until I had to see it with my own eyes to be like, oh, okay. And that's a whole generation of young boys. And all it takes is the right sort of makeup of like certain upbringing and, you know, certain brain capacity and like nihilism. And you go down the wrong rabbit hole online. And next thing you know, you're suddenly like idolizing school shooters. And there's like there's a couple groups too that people have pointed out recently. I think 764 is the name of one. And they're like these weird groups online that like sort of groom kids to be shooters. And they're sort of saying like, people don't know if it's tied to foreign intelligence or some shit, or, you know, what exactly is going on with it. But there's a couple of those groups out there, and it's scary when you see where we're at, because now we get so many of these shooters. It happens all the time.
I know. And what are your thoughts on like, I mean, like his format of like the debating thing? Like did he have a good concept? Because I look at it and I was like, I don't think he was ever really even debating. Like, I never saw a clip of him conceding to a point or saying like, you made a good point. That's fair. This or that. Like, he would always like say some shit that would back to the Bible or like, some religious shit. And like, he never changed. Like no one ever changed his mind. So I don't know. I like the format is good. Obviously, yes, because debate is good, but like it wasn't good.
The format is propaganda. The format is
Yeah.
I'm going to now make videos where I have like epic burns on stupid liberal college students.
Yeah.
And then you post like a minute and 20-second clip where you fucking epically own a liberal college student. But as you're doing that, at the same time, you virtue signal to people and say, oh, I'm here for an open exchange of ideas and a debate. And like, I just want to discuss differences I have with people. Like, prove me wrong, change my mind. Like, I'm just here for this intellectual battle.
Like, you go to a carnival and like it's like make this shot in the basketball hoop. Like you're never gonna make your shot because
it's fucking rigged. Exactly. And so that's why it was frustrating. Ezra Klein wrote an article that like, oh, Charlie Kirk was doing politics the right way, and it's like, if you disregard literally all of the specifics of what he says, and if you disregard the fact that this wasn't actually like debate for the sake of intellectual rigor, it was more like, let me get some epic owns in on the other side, then sure. But like, that's what it is. And so it's very weird that people now are pretending that like, oh, he was some paragon of honest discourse. Like, no, he fucking wasn't. No, he wasn't. Who are we kidding? And as people point out, the few times he was willing to go head to head with people who are also experts in it, he didn't look good. You go back and watch that debate with me, it didn't go well for him.
Yeah.
It didn't be, he was such a, down the line Republican Party guy, rah Trump. And like, I was in the fortunate position of, I was able to be like, look, man, the difference between me and you is I'll stand here and criticize Hillary Clinton and I'll stand here and criticize Donald Trump because I'm not beholden to anybody. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You can't say anything against Trump. Yep. I can say something against Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
So who's really free up here?
That's a good point. And that's almost why like he had those huge crowds. He had all the kind of access to do those college campus tours is because he had the big backing of huge organizations kind of giving him money. It's still so wild to see that because I actually have a friend that I worked with that went to high school with him. And
really?
He was
Where'd he go to high school?
Wheeling in Illinois. It was like
Illinois, okay.
20 minutes away from where I lived. So I would actually go out there pretty often. But he was like, he changed a lot in high school. He like ran in the same basketball circles as him. But he saw a lane that he capitalized on where he could make a lot of money. And that's what he chose as his career, and I like not even like blowing smoke up your ass, but like the fact that like you're just still honest and true to the, like kind of the way you talk about your ideas and beliefs is like commendable, man, because I feel like he convinced himself that he was into, religion and like that, like the Bible and all this shit. And that's why he was against, transgender and all this shit. Like, I don't think he honestly believed a lot of the shit he talked about. And I didn't know him, but I think he realized he could make a lot of money speaking in that lane. And he did.
Well, everybody says behind the scenes, I haven't seen a single person who said anything about him negatively from behind the scenes. And apparently he was very good at networking and like talking to a whole bunch of different people, and people who even disagreed with him liked him behind the scenes. That part is true. I think that the politics he has, I think they're a result of honestly him from a young age getting into right-wing media in the same way you could argue I got into left-wing media. As I was listening to Tom Hartman on Air America Radio and listening to Cenk Uygur on TYT and, whatever, listening to Noam Chomsky debates. At the same time I was doing that, he was listening to Glenn Beck on Fox News, and he was listening to Rush Limbaugh on talk radio. And I view Charlie as a true believer because there's tweets of him from when he was 17 years old, tweeting at Glenn Beck, being like, I listen to you every day. I love you. This and really? That. And so I think he really believed all the shit he was spewing. I just think he was, basically brainwashed by right-wing propaganda, and he became one of the chief right-wing propagandists,
So does someone fill his void? I mean, like, not for nothing.
It's already happening. It's already Ben Shapiro already was like, I'll pick up where he left off. He said, I'll grab that bloodstained microphone and I'll pick up where he left off.
Do people rock with Ben Shapiro the same way they do with how they did with Charlie Kirk? I feel like he doesn't have that same, like, he's more monotone, more a little boring, like.
Well, I don't think either one of them are really top of their game types. Like, I feel like, so Ben Shapiro 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, yes, Ben Shapiro had a lot of pull and way more than Charlie Kirk. In the new era, it's kind of different, right? Because Charlie represents all these young kids, these young Republicans, like the base of young Republicans. Whereas Ben Shapiro, there are issues where Charlie Kirk was trying to bridge a gap. Charlie Kirk was sort of battling with the fact that young Republicans are more anti-Israel now, and he was more pro-Israel. Mm-hmm. And so he was trying to like split the difference almost and be like, look, we're pro-Israel, but we could also criticize them sometimes. Like that's the sort of the position that Charlie Kirk was taking. Ben Shapiro is just very pro-Israel. And so now they have the same politics except on that issue. And I think it's going to be tough if Ben Shapiro tries to take over for Charlie Kirk. It's going to be tough to have somebody who's supposedly going to represent young Republicans across this country who just totally disagrees with them on a big issue now where it's only like 23% of young Republicans support Israel now. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just like interchangeable. It's not just like, you could take him out and put him in, but he's trying to do that, and we'll see how that works out. I don't know if it'll work out.
Is Ben backed by that America First thing? Like, is he aligned with that like big organization?
You mean TPUSA?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
He's not, but the way based off what Ben said on his show, which granted was just like one segment, and he was like, I'll pick up where he left off.
Yeah, I saw that.
He made it seem like he was going to step into the fray and help out with TPUSA. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if he's going to do that or just do debates but not have it associated with TPUSA. But my guess is you have all this fucking infrastructure out there now, and you got the billionaires are going to want some young Republican to be able to fill the role. And so why wouldn't they go to somebody like Ben Shapiro? I think they would go to somebody like Ben Shapiro, Yeah.
Who's the guy, Nick Fuentes, that people are saying?
So Nick Fuentes, he is a further right-wing host.
Oh, wow.
And Nick Fuentes, in a sense, this is going to sound wrong, but it's not, because people need to hear the full thing in context. But he's more like me in the sense that he's an outsider.
Okay.
Right? Like, he's not part of the Republican establishment. He's not part of the country club crew.
He soon will be once they throw some cheddar at him.
But here's the thing. He is in an untenable position because, as we always say, he's like an actual avowed white nationalist.
Oh, that's the one that wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an open white nationalist.
Okay.
And so they would never let him step in for Charlie Kirk, because if he steps in for Charlie Kirk, then you have a leader who's like, not just anti-Israel, but just anti-Jew, like just straight up anti-Semitic, right? Mm-hmm. Anti-Semitic, anti-black, like every sort of negative ism you could think of, he's openly that, right? And so they would never allow him into the club like they would, like Ben Shapiro is already in the club.
Yeah.
So they would never but he is the one with the movement. He is the one with the audience now, And so they're sort of in a weird, untenable position. And that's the thing. A lot of the debate now is like, was the person who shot Charlie Kirk a groiper, which was a follower of Nick Fuentes?
Right. Yeah.
And there's some evidence to believe that so. There's some evidence to believe it's not the case. It's a little weird right now. I still can't get over the fact that there were fucking decoys in the audience, bro. Like, they killed him. And then as soon as Charlie Kirk gets shot, some old guy in the audience goes, "It was me. It was me. Shoot me.
I saw that. The guy
me."
that they took down.
And then they go, "Oh, we released him. He didn't do it." But he was obviously working with whoever did it. Like, that guy bought the shooter time to get out. And it wasn't just him. It was also another dude who had a pellet gun, which looked like a real gun. And the cops wasted time on that person too. So they had to detain two people that weren't the shooter. And clearly those two people were working with the guy who did the shot. But they acted like, no, they were clear. So we let him go. What?
Yeah.
That's like a conspiracy, and they're in on it. Why were you pretending like it's normal that somebody would scream, "I did it," after a mass shooting, and they didn't do it? You got to realize that person's somehow in on it.
Yeah. Yeah. It made me think that, like, even dating back to like before there were cameras and like, live videos and Twitter and all this shit, like how they found killers.
Bro,
like Lee Harvey Oswald is probably like innocent as fuck. Like they probably just
did that shit up hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's amazing to me because like if there was no surveillance cameras, whatever, that dude would have just jumped off the roof and been gone. Like his dad was the one that turned him in, and the FBI, this guy Kash Patel, is like going around like trying to pat his own back, and like
he didn't do shit.
Like they literally got a call. They got lucky that his pops called and was like, "Yo, my son did this shit." And like I hate the fact that like he's trying to like overcompensate again.
I know.
Say they're like the best organization when meanwhile like they didn't do shit.
They didn't do shit. And by the way, he says he didn't do it. The guy who they have as the shooter is swearing up and down he didn't do it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and then don't even get me started. I don't know if you watched my video from today. It was kind of long.
I haven't seen.
But bro, there's so many things that don't make sense. So TMZ has video of him going to the shooting. And they actually have 2 videos of him going to the shooting.
Yeah,
in one video, he's wearing a maroon shirt and shorts. In another video, he's wearing a black shirt and jeans, and he's got the rifle down his pant leg, and he's walking with a limp.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But so they say, and then he gets there, right? But when he gets there, he doesn't have the rifle down his pant leg anymore. But they say, no, it's okay. It's in his backpack. This is what the FBI says.
And so his backpack was dumb small. Like, how is that shit?
Backpack was small. And the particular rifle he had is like almost impossible to disassemble and reassemble quickly.
Yeah.
Then they say he gets to the roof and changes again. So he gets there in maroon, changes to black, then disassembles the rifle when he gets to the school, walks up the stairs with the rifle in his backpack, gets to the top, reassembles the rifle, changes his clothes, shoots the rifle and kills Charlie Kirk. After he kills Charlie Kirk, disassembles the rifle again, puts it back in his bag, jumps down. If you see that video of him running on the roof of the building and jumping off, you'll notice he doesn't have a rifle with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a rifle. You just killed somebody with the rifle, but where's the rifle? Well, they say he disassembled it and put it back in his bag. Then he jumps down. Then they say, we found the rifle in the woods, but it was fully assembled in the woods.
What?
So you're telling me he shot him, disassembled the rifle, jumped off the building, ran into the woods, assembled the rifle, and left it in the woods?
Yeah, no,
bro.
they're bugging.
They're making shit up, bro. They're making shit up.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have the answers. I don't know what happened, but I'm just saying what they're saying happened right now is not what fucking happened. And then you get them saying, like you pointed out, they're like, oh yeah, we have a confession letter, but the confession letter got destroyed. But it's okay because we know he's got a confession letter because we did aggressive interrogation for him to tell us that he did a confession letter. Are you basically saying like you tortured this motherfucker to say that he did a confession letter? Like what is this?
Yeah, how did the letter get destroyed? Like I don't get that. Or like, yeah, their whole shit is not it's not adding up. And the fact that he's so on the offensive that like we got this done so quickly, everything was perfect. When the Boston bomber or whatever, like that was 3 days.
It took 3 days. Yeah,
we put our shit out in a day. It's like, bro, because maybe they didn't know. Maybe you got the wrong guy.
Maybe you got the wrong guy. Maybe they needed.
You did it in a day. You fucked up.
That's right. And he acts like, oh, they took 3 or 5 days to release. It's like they were trying to build a fucking case based on facts. Like they're not immediately. His dumbass Cash Patel's running to Twitter to get likes from MAGA. Like that's all he cares about is the Twitter MAGA blob to be like, we love you, Cash. You're so great, Cash. So he's trying to feed them shit over and over. And it's like, I don't think this is it, bro. I really don't think it's it. Me and Crystal were talking about it. Like, I'm not convinced at all that they got the right guy right now. I am not convinced at all. And that's crazy to say, but that's true. The other thing is, this is kind of wacky too. I don't even think I mentioned this in my segment, but me and Crystal were talking about it off air. You go look at the picture of the dude. Remember the one of him like walking in the parking lot? They took some pictures of him walking in the parking lot. It's from like a little bit away. It's a little blurry, but you can kind of make out a little bit, right?
Yep.
Compare that person to the one that they say is the guy.
In the stairwell photo, like there's a
stairwell photo versus the one that's like a normal picture of him.
Yep. Shit don't really look like him.
It doesn't look exactly. It's like it doesn't look like the same guy. Maybe, but I don't know. Not really, you know?
If I'm the FBI, like the first thing I do, I put him back in that same ass outfit. Like go back to the stairwell, have dude standing there in his sunglasses with his hat on, with that shirt on, and be like, does this shit look like him?
Facts.
It's like a fucking instant replay in the NFL. Like you could see like we could all see, nah, that shit don't look like him.
Have him disassemble and reassemble the rifle.
That too.
Multiple times like he fucking did for the whole shit.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, bro.
I found it so weird. I don't know what this shit is, but like I tweeted it out, but I went to Goodwill the next day in New Jersey. I saw 2 of those same shirts he was wearing. Then I went to my Goodwill here in New York.
No.
I saw that shirt again.
Oh my God.
It was so, I don't know what's up with that shirt.
Crazy,
if it's just like a super common shirt that like Goodwill's now, or if everyone's just donating that shit because the dude was wearing it. But I saw it at 2 different locations that like, it kind of bugged me out a little bit that like, I saw that Land of the Free, whatever shirt that apparently the guy was wearing, but I just still find it. Yeah.
It doesn't add up, man. It doesn't add up. The fact that there's the governor of Utah is in a press conference and he's asked a question about how come he's wearing 2 different shits at 2 different times. And he was like, yeah, when he was on the roof, he changed. They were like, He changed on the roof.
Yeah, like what and why?
And why would they have two videos of him walking to the school, one wearing maroon, one wearing the black? At what time did he change while he was walking to school? Would he duck behind a bush and change for no reason?
Yeah.
And why does he have the gun in one and not one in the other? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, dog.
The one video, and I saw, well, there's two videos. There's one guy who, right after it happened, was like celebrating. I don't know if you saw this, and he like, I think he went by like David on Twitter or something like that, and he had an apology or was explaining why he was celebrating. And basically, was saying,
I saw this. I saw
this.
Like
after Trump got shot, they were chanting like USA, USA. So like he was kind of trying to do that shit.
That dude was not right in the head though. I saw the video. First of all, his hair's all fucked up.
It looked like he purposely placed his hair on that side and then the other side.
And he looked like he was reading a hostage script, and he was like, I only thought in the moment to try to get the crowd back to life to just start chanting USA. But people were right to say that shit was weird, because after Charlie gets hit, like maybe that dude waits like 10 seconds and then he pops up and looks back and smiles and he starts chanting USA.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, man, what's wrong with you?
But then not for nothing, they did a mashup of like the Trump shooting, and everyone, I mean, maybe because Trump was leading the USA chant, but everyone was chanting USA at that shit too.
I guess they were. I guess that what that guy was intending to do is what they were, like, we're going to show resilience, USA, USA. You know what I'm saying? Bro, there's all sorts of conspiracies now. Me and Crystal were talking about some of them earlier. Like, now every time I refresh my Twitter shit, there's a new conspiracy, but some of them are kind of wacky. There's like some people are trying to say he got shot from the side now.
Didn't he? I thought it came.
No, he got shot from the front. He got shot from the front.
I thought he got hit in the neck on the side.
He got hit. So here's what happened. About 200 yards away on the roof of the school, a sniper shot. It hit the corner of his bulletproof vest and ricocheted up.
Wearing a bulletproof vest?
Yeah, but the reason why normally you wouldn't see an entrance wound, but the reason why you could see an entrance wound is because it hit the top of the bulletproof vest and ricocheted up. That's why it came in like going way slower than it normally would have. And so that's why there's like a big entrance wound, right? And so that's where he got hit. But now people on Twitter are slowing it down and zooming into the crowd and showing people to Charlie's right. And they're going like, you see one guy with his arm like this or something, and they're trying to say that like, oh, he's the shooter. And there's some dude who's saying, oh, there's this device they made in like 2010 that looks like a smartphone, but it's actually a gun. It shoots out the side. He got shot with that. People got all sorts of shit they're saying now. A lot of it is kooky.
But it just makes you think that like every shooting that happened, like the conspiracies that come, and like the second shooter, is there someone else involved? Like,
makes sense. I mean, because I really have followed this one from the very beginning, and I can tell you that what the government is saying right now is just not true. They're just wrong. They're just saying a lot of shit that doesn't add up, doesn't make sense. Brazen inconsistencies. They're not even trying to reconcile.
Well, that's the and shout out to, I didn't watch Friday's episode, I fell asleep, but like Bill Maher was kind of like,
he did a good job with Ben Shapiro.
He did right job. Because he kind of was like, it's been 2 days, like we don't know who this guy was.
Ben was trying to be, oh, he's definitely a left winger. He's definitely a left winger, Bill. And he's like,
yo, he shut him down so hard on that shit though. When he then got him to switch that maybe he was that Griper or whatever. Griper. So shout out to him because he did it. From what I saw, he did some good kind of making him eat his own words on that shit.
Did you see that another conspiracy, and this one I don't know if it's true, but they say one of the people who was doing security for Charlie Kirk was one of the guys that did Secret Service for the Trump rally where he got shot.
Fuck.
Right?
That guy's resume is fucked. Like anyone who's applying for a job after the Charlie shit, if they're on his security team, just hang it up, dog.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how often the security guys just like fail miserably,
I was looking at a lot of the videos that he debated, and there's one guy that like stands over his shoulder to the right. And I was like, damn, like I don't know how you continue as a security guard when you let that shit happen on your watch, like,
I mean, you would think the first place you're going to look, if like, obviously they're looking for threats in the crowd, like right up close.
Yep.
But the same shit happened with Trump where it was somebody on a roof. It was like, wouldn't you look there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you have a couple people that are prowling the roofs or some shit?
Yeah. Yeah, you would think. Or you put that shit in a spot where that's not around other buildings where someone can get on the roof to like even let that shit happen.
Don't do outdoor events. That's another big thing is people say the outdoor events are the really dangerous ones.
Well, that's the thing. So going forward, what do you think? Like, are people still gonna do?
No, right now, for right now, no. There was supposed to be a big YouTube event in DC like next week or something. And YouTube even was like, we're canceling it. Because I know Sagar was saying, I'm supposed to go to that shit. I'm not going to that shit. And I told him, I was like, don't go to that shit. You
Yeah.
know? But I think it was YouTube that was like, we're canceling that bitch. So, and you had all different types of creators, right wing, left wing, all sorts it was going to be a YouTube event in DC. And so I know, like, I think Hassan canceled all of his upcoming events. Like, at least for a little bit, people are putting this bitch on pause. And when people get back to it, my guess is they're going to do inside. They're going to do inside, and they're going to have beefed up security. I don't think anybody's going to take risks anymore, because this is like, I mean, it was just, it's insane the way it unfolded, how that was able to happen. It's just like, it should never be able to happen like that,
Yeah. It's so, again, like, I don't agree with Charlie Kirk, but the way, like, it just went down, like, just answering a question and then that being like your last words and then boom, you're gone. Like, it still almost doesn't even seem real to
it was worse. It was worse than Hollywood movie violence.
Yeah.
Like, that was my takeaway, as I was like, I did not know that much blood can come out of somebody's neck. I did not know that.
I couldn't watch that angle.
So at first I saw the further away angle and I knew it was bad. I knew he got hit because his whole body like jerks.
Yeah.
But then I didn't want to see it, but I saw the up close shit. And I was like, I didn't want to see that.
That's one where it's like almost like you would hope. I mean, like, that video doesn't get shared, or like there's a way for like Twitter to kind of censor that shit.
They did, but it was way after the fact. Like, it was up for an hour or two, and then they were able to get rid of it. But like, this is what happened. Elon runs the site, and he's fucking totally incompetent, So it just everybody ended up seeing it. But yeah, the former Twitter, there would have been a big ass content warning. They would have either banned it, or there would have been a big content warning where you got to like click through to see it.
Yeah.
And they would have suppressed it, where like it's hard to, like they would have had a way of like deranking it in a way,
Yeah, I feel like that's what's happening with a lot of the content too. Like, like, to your point, I think a lot of the videos I'm seeing are like pro Charlie. It's all positive shit. It's pictures of like him holding his kids or running to him. Like, I haven't seen any videos recently of like him still saying fucked up shit. Like, it's been all
that's interesting,
positive. Like, I haven't seen anything. I mean, like, I guess they're not going to share any of his like negative videos now, but like,
no, some people are, but there's liberals who are
sharing bad shit.
Especially now that they're like trying to ruin people over it. It's like, come on, man, you can't like hide all this.
Yeah,
this is what he actually said. We're not allowed to talk about what he actually said.
There was like one guy that got fired. Was he fired from CNN for like saying his opinion?
No, it was. I think it was MSNBC. I think it was MSNBC, and I think what he said, he just said something stupid. It wasn't like offensive. It was just stupid. He was like, "Oh, maybe he got shot by one of his own supporters shooting in celebration."
Oh, that's dumb. I thought there was another guy that said some shit that like wasn't bad, but they're like, they have him on to speak his mind.
You might be right. You might be right. There may have been one other dude who got fired for saying like, "Hey, he said controversial shit," and they were like, "You're not allowed to say that right now."
Oh yeah. Regardless, that shit is still wild, and the fact that like, I don't know, just like, I don't know, that you debated him, that you spoke to him, that like kind of like you crossed paths with him, and then that shit happened, to me was just like, damn, I got to check in on Kyle, because like, I don't know, it was just it was a nutty situation.
It's funny, like I was shaken. I was a little shaken by it. Crystal felt the same way, and we beefed up security. We made sure, like, we don't do many public events anyway, but like obviously we don't have any coming up. Yeah. But like, we beefed up security. I'm a lefty, but I got guns. And I got them bitches closer to me than ever. Yeah. Right? We're getting our security system on point, like everything, like we're getting everything lined up. But what's funny was it almost made me more shaken that a bunch of people kept reaching out to me. Like, bro, you good? Bro, you all right? Bro? Because that made me feel like, oh shit, what everybody is thinking mentally is he's the Charlie Kirk of the left,
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of people think that because that was the thing on social media too. People were like, okay, you guys took Charlie Kirk, we'll take Kyle. Damn.
Luckily I wasn't diving into that shit where I saw that, but like, yeah, that's fucked. It's and even for Hassan, if he's like receiving that shit,
he gets it way worse than me. I think he gets it way worse than me.
Yeah.
So it's not good. Anybody who does political commentary now, I would say this is a strong disincentive for people to get involved in what we do. Like, we already got the curse on us because we started doing it from a minute ago, and like we'll always be known as the political content people. But like, somebody start now, like you're not going to want to do it. You're gonna look at it like almost like being like a cop or something, or being like a fisherman. Like you're gonna look at it like a very dangerous job. Like, oh, I'm signing up for problems if I do that job now.
Yeah. Well, it's like all celebrities, and that's why like that Taylor Swift shit. At first, I was like, when she walked into the Chiefs game, I was like, oh, is she pregnant? Maybe that's why they're just like blocking her. They don't want to see her entrance. But then TMZ reported that like, no, that was like a bulletproof wall they put up around her. And like, I got tight because I can't get my selfies with celebrities anymore if they're all gonna have like bulletproof walls around them and shit.
You
like
got
that.
one before. I got
one with her before, but like
Mm-hmm.
it sucks that that's where we are as a society, where it's just like, I've said this in the past, people are going to be blocked off like in some Pope Mobile type of shit, where it's like if they're doing a speech or performance or anything, they're going to be in a barricaded glass, and it's going to be wild to see people like performing in that type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were a high trust society, and now we've become a low trust society. I think that's true. You know, nobody trusts anybody anymore. You know,
I mean, if it takes away from school shootings, and you take out, some bad people, then I guess it's a win in that regard.
Or we could just make our country functional and take away the guns. And
but nothing will change from this shit still, right? Even if the right is like kind of
well, I saw a bunch of people saying on Twitter like the Democrats should propose a bill called the Charlie Kirk Act to do like background checks and red flag laws or whatever, and they didn't do it, but they should have done it, because that would, at least you're baiting them to like, hey man, we're trying to do something in Charlie's honor to save lives, and then they wouldn't vote for it. But it's worth a shot. But no, nothing's going to change.
I had a couple things written down here, but let's get into some of these super chats. All right. I wanted to get your opinion first off on how often you change your bed sheets.
I gotta ask my wife, bro. Remember, I'm the guy who doesn't even do laundry, so obviously I don't know about the bed sheets.
I washed mine today, but I'm to a point where like I don't wash them too often, but like Molly kind of sweats in her sleep a little bit, so like I'm always like I gotta wash them and just clean them, just because like I don't like the sweatiness of like in the bed. So yeah, I do them pretty often, but for my daughters, they sleep above the covers, and I kind of like never wash their shit. But washing the bed sheets to me is a crucial. Horrible. Well, it's crucial, but it's also horrible because you got to get the fitted sheet on the bed.
Oh yeah, it's always hard to put that shit on. I hate that. I hate having to put that shit on the bed. That's the worst.
And that's the worst. It's the worst. And then also with the pillowcases, we've got like 6 pillows on our bed.
Oh, and too many.
I only use one of them shits. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's just too many. That's just too many. Like it's homework. You got to like, oh, I got to put this on.
That, and then also you have to remember which pillowcase goes on the right pillow, because if you throw that off, that could fuck up too. Like I like a certain pillow, and I uses the right pillowcase, but if I change that rotation and I don't have my same pillow, then my sleep will be fucked up. My neck will be fucked up, all that shit.
And I'm like super picky about the size of the pillow I want. And like,
we've got some OD big pillows.
Yeah, my mom threw out my OG pillow, like yellow on it and shit. But it was
I don't know how the pillows get so fucking yellow too.
I don't understand that either. But like that was my pillow, bro. And my mom threw that bitch out, and I've never been able to repeat the perfectness of that pillow since that pillow was taken away. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame, because now I'm always a little too high or a little too low. I'm always trying to find the right mix.
Yep.
And it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Like you can't take away a guy's favorite pillow. You can't do that.
That's like a stuffed animal. That's like
exactly. Yeah. And my mom threw that bitch out.
Yeah, she gotta run that but that's also like if that wasn't a thing and she sent you a picture of the pillow and was like, Kyle, do you mind if I throw this out? You would just be like, yeah, throw that shit away.
You know what? That may have been what happened, bro.
Oh, she might have sent you the shit?
She might have done that shit. Might have done that shit. And I was like, that looks yellow and gross. Yeah, you could throw it out. But then only realizing, oh my God, that was my pillow.
Not for nothing. Yeah, back like I've seen some pillows that I'm like, how if this shit always has a pillowcase on it, how does this have the most diesel ass piss stain in the middle of this bitch?
My theory is that it's like I threw up on it as a child. That's my theory. That when I was like 5 years old, I threw up on it, and that's where it came from. That's my guess.
That's a good guess. Because I also like take the bed sheets off of our bed, and our mattress will have some random ass like big ass coughing looking stain in it. And I'm like, yeah, I think I have one like on my mattress, and I'm like, I've never pissed in my bed. I've never spilled coffee in my bed. I've never did anything. I think just randomly over time, mattresses just like will just randomly get a diesel ass brown spot in their bitch.
That's weird. That's weird. That's strange.
I don't know.
I
But
know.
yeah,
I will say
shit happens all the time. It's probably
one
from
of the
sweat too.
one of the benefits of being with me though is that I don't sweat a lot and I don't smell.
That's a
And
good,
so
that's a good trait.
I think there's actually we talked about this on a previous podcast, but there's a gene about body odor.
Right.
I think I have whatever that gene is that makes it so you don't have a bad body odor. I think I have that shit.
That's a good ass gene to have, man.
It is. I feel very fortunate for that gene. It made up for the fact that my eyes were fucking trash, you know?
Yeah, I got the
You give and you
eyes.
take, man. You got some genes that are great and some genes I probably got some shit that'll make me die at 60, but like at least I don't smell bad, you know?
It's facts. All right.
Get Tim Walls on Crystal Kyle and friends, right? We'll fight. We've tried Battle Beast. We've tried to get him on.
Oh, for real? Is he hard to like get in touch with?
I think so. I think we had
oh, fuck him then.
Somebody reach out to like his office or something. I don't remember what happened, but I think we tried. I mean, I'll try again, but I think we tried.
Yeah, he should get on there because he seems
he definitely
like
should.
That would be a good guest. Appreciate you, Battle Beast.
You do y'all mind avoiding politics here? I already follow Kyle's channel. I'm ODing on politics. Please just stick with OG, KNC, junk food, ATW. What is ATW?
ATW. Junk food all the way?
All the way. Yeah, I think it's all the way. Yeah.
That's
right.
not really an acronym.
Nah, it works. The fact that you were able to deduce it, that's the whole point of an acronym. If you can deduce it, it's okay.
That's true.
And I couldn't, but you were able to do it, so it's all right. It passes. But
there's some shit that
Saya, I don't know how much politics. We probably did what 50-50 tonight. We did like half non-politics, half politics, or like 70-30. 70
yeah, I mean, we had to talk about Charlie Kirk shit. That one to me just kind of like still bugs me out when I think about it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And the fact that like again, I still don't even think it's real. Like, but that shit was real as fuck. But yeah, no, I mean like,
yeah, it's just so like why him, right? Like why him? In the grand scheme of political players, he's like way down on the list.
Nah, I don't know, man. Like, cause again, I keep thinking of that fucking Gavin Newsom clip. Like, he was making a dent, dog. Like, there were mad people at his shit. And I was like, if he kept doing that, like, that dude probably could have been president at one point, or like been the nominee for the Republican Party.
I'm just saying, like, you got Trump, you got Kristi Noem, you got Marco Rubio, you got Stephen Miller.
Yeah, there's
like
other cats out there, but like,
I'm just saying that like anybody who's we're in the content creation side of shit. He went a little further because he did organizing too to get people to vote, yada yada. But like generally speaking, we just have takes. We're in the hot take business, right? All we do is say shit.
Yeah.
Even if you're saying fucked up shit, that doesn't have as much impact as somebody who's actually doing fucked up shit.
That's a good point.
That's my point, is Stephen Miller's causing way more damage. Kristi Noem's causing way more damage. Donald Trump's causing way more damage, right? And so to go to him, it's like, he's just an influencer.
Yeah.
You know? Like, he's just a dude with a mic who's saying shit.
Yeah.
And I disagree with almost all of it, but he's just saying shit.
Yeah.
You know? And the biggest impact is, okay, you change other people's minds and you know, maybe get them to your side. Okay. But what's worse, that or I'm sending people to fucking alligator Alcatraz and Guantanamo Bay and a concentration camp in El Salvador? Obviously, that's worse, right?
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just so weird.
It's also scary of like how easily convincible a lot of these kids were, you know, that like are like debating him, or like how riled up they got about their topics. It's also just like, yo, just chill. Like, don't just go home and like eat some food or some shit. Like, you're on college campus, like just go chill. Like, why are you so worried about shit?
You know, it's interesting because he got a lot of groypers who would question him from the right.
That he wasn't going for enough one shit,
yeah,
right?
That's where he would get a lot of that. You know, he'd have liberals who debate him, and then he would get his cheap clips off that. But then he'd also have people to his right trying to make him grill him and make him go further right.
I saw one gangster clip of a kid in what's like a really prestigious college or university?
Yale, Harvard, Ivy League.
No, it's like in England or London or some shit like that.
Oxford.
Oxford, yeah. There was a kid from Oxford debating him, and he like Charlie tried to like shut him down by asking him some shit, and the kid like answered him with it, and then like hit him with a banger, and Charlie tried to respond, and then he just put the mic down and walked off the shit. I was like, damn, that, and he looked like some like Harry Potter's friend, the dude with like the red hair and shit. He looked like that dude and just freaked it. And I was like, damn, that dude got it. So shout out to that kid. But yeah, we so to Sia's point, I bought a bunch of chips. I'm compiling them. I'm gonna send them to Kyle. Then we're gonna eat it on air because it was some nasty, weird ass flavors. So we'll keep it junk foody and back to 90s when my computer is fucking with us. Appreciate you though.
Kyle, thanks for the corrections today regarding Tyler. Alzir reports that relatives say he told them Kirk was full of hate. This whole thing is weird. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really give corrections. I just told everybody my evolved thinking on it because more information came in,
Kirk was full of hate, right? Or is he saying that?
Yeah, he's saying that the shooter said he was full of hate.
And wasn't he?
Well, no, the point that he's making is the shooter told his family, I don't like Charlie because he's full of hate, which would indicate that the shooter is left-wing. That's the point that he's making, right? Whereas the thinking for a while was he's probably right-wing because he's got all these Groyper connections.
Yeah.
Going for Halloween as some like Groyper meme and dressing as Donald Trump for Halloween in 2017. And
did he?
Yeah, there's all these little like the video game references. There's all these things that are like that's Groyper stuff. But there's also things you could point to, like the Guardian ran a piece that said a friend of his said he was left wing, but then they retracted that shit and said we can't back this up.
Yeah,
and so there were little pieces all over the place. But again, to me now, my biggest line of thinking is it looks like a pro hit job. That's the only thing I feel confident in saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the decoys, bro. The decoys and the shit that doesn't add up with the clothes and the rifle. Like,
yeah, that shit, it seems weird to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know who did it, but it looked professional. Like it was like somebody fucking contracted to get that shit done,
Yeah. And seemed like, I mean, our friend Bobby said it, but it looked like a professional shot. Like that shit looked like some, like that dude knew what he was doing. Appreciate you, Meta Help, Matt.
Kyle, you mentioned that Trump might have taken out Epstein in his first term. Did he also take out Charlie because of Israel? Trump is skipping his vigil. I mean, you're asking, basically the question is like, did the CIA do it? I don't know. I don't know. It looks professional. I don't know if the CIA did it, but it looks professional.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like, I feel like it wasn't a job done by the right. I feel like he was too important to their mission to like take him out. I don't know. Could be wrong. But appreciate you, GC.
Just popping in to remind y'all I'm still here. I love the show. Thank you, Biden's ass cancer. Appreciate that.
Biden's ass cancer. Thank you, man.
Kyle, how do you tier the 2028 contenders by preference plus electability?
Mad
AOC,
names there. Damn.
Booker.
Damn.
That is a lot of people. Here, I'll just do a couple of them. Preference plus electability. All right. So my own preference of all those people that you listed there. I don't think. Do you have? Well, you have Stewart. So let's go Stewart number 1. Let's go Walz number 2.
Oh, Walz is up there? I thought people still fucking with him.
I love Walz. He
really?
actually did great things for Minnesota. He did like all these great things.
I feel like it's not hard to do like good shit for Minnesota. I feel like everyone would get behind positive shit.
It's hard to do good shit anywhere, bro. Like,
That's
it really
true.
is. We
live
like
if anywhere, it'd be Minnesota. Like they'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Of all the places, you could probably get away with it there. So I'd go Stewart, Walz, and then I don't know, maybe a tie for third with like Warnock.
Is Governor Pritzker good?
He's okay. He's like mid-tier.
Is
Warnock, AOC.
Stephen A. Smith?
I think that is Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, God.
So let's go Stewart, Walz, and then a tie between like Warnock and AOC for third, I would say. That's preference. Electability, that's a tough one, bro. But I really think Stewart's still number 1, I think. And then in electability, you start going all over the place. Like, unfortunately, I think Newsom's up there because he's fighting and people want a fighter right now.
I think he's low-key like a right-winger, though.
He's done not great policies in California. He's done some very not great policies there.
Yeah.
So, but I'd say Stewart number 1 still. So he's dominating. Then I go Newsom. I think is very electable. It's hard to figure this one out though, because like some of them I don't know. Like Ossoff, I could see him being electable, but I could also see people hating him because he's a little too polished, right?
His name is Assoff.
Pritzker, I could see him being electable, but I could also see him sort of falling off,
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that,
Buttigieg, people know his name.
Yeah, I don't think he's got it. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's got it. I think he's a little too scripted, and I also think he's not quite in sync with the times. So I'll end it there. But Stewart, Newsom, and then like maybe Ossoff and Pritzker when it comes to electability.
Appreciate you, Adam King.
Since Gaza's a big Dem voter issue, it should be used as a lefty policy starting point. If every life has equal worth, stop funding genocide and start funding Medicare for all, UBI, tax the rich, etc. I think the base is making that the case. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with some old Democratic position bullshit on Gaza anymore. I think you're going to have to say, we got to stop the genocide. You know, we got to cut off the weapons to Israel. Like, there's no way around it. And so I think that's what's going to happen. And the poll show, it's like 77% of Democrats think it's a genocide. So they're there. Like, it's up to the politicians. I don't know if people saw this, but Andrew Cuomo, who was helping Netanyahu with one of his legal cases, he's now saying, I don't like Netanyahu. I don't even agree with that guy, bro. I'm against that guy. And so clearly what Cuomo is realizing is I have no chance of beating Zoran unless I try to distance myself from Netanyahu. And so this is like indicative of what's going to happen in the Democratic Party more broadly, is that because now also everybody needs to stop and think about it. Netanyahu is not exactly hiding the fact that in the context of the U.S., he's a Republican. He's MAGA, you know? So, like, why would you still kiss his ass?
Yeah, I don't know why everyone kisses that dude's ass.
Like, why would you do that? So I think Democrats are going to have to get to that place, and I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with some of the rhetoric that comes out of the Democratic primary on that issue.
Will of D.
I used to experience random nosebleeds about every week. That stopped after I stopped vaping. Not sure if it's correlated, but seems possibly related. Yeah, wow. I would say there's something to that. If you stopped it and your nosebleed stopped, yeah, I think so, for sure.
That sounds like a good thing to stop. Like random nosebleeds, I've seen that just like in sports or throughout life, and it's the most random shit.
I got them as a kid. I used to get some nosebleeds. Yeah, from time to time I'd get nosebleeds as a kid.
Just like out of the blue?
I wouldn't say it was out of the blue. You know, maybe I like tapped my nose or I was picking my nose or some shit. But but I would get them from time to time. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. So I mean, I guess if it's stopped your nosebleeds, then stop vaping, Cosmere Dragon.
Yeah. Good move. No more vaping is good.
Thanks.
Hey, Kyle, views on cashless bail, cash and release. If an online threat is enough to take someone's guns away, shouldn't a lengthy rap sheet be enough to require pre-trial detention? Yeah, so I would prefer, instead of pre-trial detention, I would just prefer we get more judges and almost put in like a fast lane for getting answers on cases. Because the whole pre-trial detention just strikes me as, it just feels unconstitutional. It feels like a deprivation of rights. Like if somebody arrests me and they go, well, the judge is not good. The judge is on vacation. He'll be back in 2 weeks. So we're going to keep you locked up for 2 weeks. And it's like, okay, I didn't do anything, number one. Number two, I now have to stay in prison for 2 weeks because the fucking judge is not going to be here for 2 weeks.
Is that what pretrial detention is?
Yeah, pretrial detention is exactly what it sounds like. You're being detained before your trial, right?
Oh, that's weird.
And I mean, I get the point that he's
Don't they
making.
do that shit anyway? Doesn't that happen?
It depends. But like when it comes to, I think with very serious crimes, yeah. When it comes to very serious, like if it comes to like murder or robbery or, you know, something that's like high level rape, some high level crime. In that scenario, it's like, yeah, we view you as, we think you're enough of a threat that we're going to keep you locked up until the trial, right? Mm-hmm. But to answer his question, I don't know. It kind of depends on, I want to put in like a fast lane and get more judges and get answers quicker. But outside of that, I would say it sort of depends on the severity of the crime. And then I'd be open to pretrial detention in like limited, narrow circumstances for crimes that are bad enough where there's enough evidence. But again, I think the key is let's just get to that trial as soon as possible. And I feel like we just don't have speedy trials anymore. We don't have like, it takes too long to get to trial, which is part of the problem, which jams up our jail and our prison system and leads to all sorts of problems. So like the real answer is like, fix our broader system, fix our jail system, our prison system, hire more judges. Let's make the system faster. And then we won't have to worry about that question as much anymore.
Yeah. I also like there's not enough space in jails, right? So like they kind of just can't keep people there. So they just let them go.
Well, I think that happened a little bit in California. I think there was like overcrowding in the prisons. And so they had to release some of the lower level offenders.
I feel like Chicago and New York is like that shit too, where there's just like not enough space. So they're just like people with long ass rap sheets. They're just like either not arresting them or, not bringing them to trial and just letting them go or some shit like that.
I don't know. I feel like that stuff's a little bit overstated, that anybody who really has like an actual violent record, they're going to be behind bars, you know? I think they prioritize it based off of how bad your record was.
Yeah.
If you're open to like getting released. But what was the other?
Erna Czar.
If an online thread is enough to take someone's guns, okay, so there was a reference to red flag laws. Yeah, that one I think is a no-brainer. I think if somebody is out there, first of all, I don't think we actually have an individual right to own a gun under the Second Amendment. I think that's a misreading of the Second Amendment. So that's the first point, is they're talking about a well-regulated militia. Yeah. We're not in well-regulated militias. They could theoretically do whatever they want in terms of our ability to get guns. That's point number one. Point number two is if somebody's literally online saying, I'm going to shoot up the school, then I think you should go and take that person's guns, and I don't even think that should be controversial, you know?
Yeah.
But some people would say that violates due process. But,
which is wild.
If you don't have an individual right to own a weapon, then there's no due process that's needed. The government could just say, you can't have this because we see what you're going to do with it, you know?
Metalhead Matt is a real one.
Hey, Kyle and Corin, I'm so happy that you guys do this weekly. I have mental disorders, so I'm not scared of getting drafted, but I'm afraid of the future because Israel and Russia are escalating. Bro, the shit that this person
drafting people?
Well, drafting people in the U.S. for us to go fight either against Russia or Israel. No, it's bad. Like the stuff I'm seeing on Russia, they're flying drones into Poland, which is like terrifying because that's a NATO country, and it's a clear sign of aggression that like they're plotting out, like maybe attacking Poland. They're also doubling down on attacking Ukraine, a whole bunch of attacks in Ukraine. That's all very scary. On the Israel front, right now they're fully taking over Gaza. They're moving to take over the West Bank. They took over a bunch of Syria, and they don't look like they're stopping anytime soon. Like they're just going to keep going until they create a greater Israel. And so all of that, looking around at all that, and it's like, holy shit, the world's coming apart. Like it is possible that there's now war with Russia, or it is possible that, they try to send people to help fight in Israel to, go after Palestinians or go after Iran or whatever. So it's not good. It's not safe.
So you think there will be a time where we go back to like a draft format?
I think even if they do a draft, which I don't really think they would, because it would lead to a huge backlash, right? But if they were to do it, you and I are already too old.
Oh, good.
It would be. It would be. They've done usually when they do drafts, it's more narrow. They can theoretically do a draft to whatever age they want, but normally it's like between ages 18 and 25 or something like that.
But also, I mean, if you like Marcus, if you got a mental disorder, you probably wouldn't get drafted.
That's what he's saying. He's saying I'm not scared of getting drafted, but I'm afraid for the future. And it's true. The world is falling apart
too if they start drafting.
You're old enough where you don't have to worry about that, bro.
But
we're both old now.
In all seriousness, like, I mean, like they say history repeats itself, and like all this shit happens. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a day where fucking people start getting drafted. Marcus,
for sure.
Guy in a blue shirt. I'm glad we could bring you some happiness, man.
Ethan Klein is suing 3 small content creators because he doesn't like them and wants to bankrupt them. He's openly said this. How should I feel about this how should I feel about his on-cam employees as they excuse and laugh at this? I mean, that sounds not good. So
yeah, who's Ethan Klein?
He is. He used to do a podcast with Hassan. He runs this podcast called the H3 Podcast, and they used to do like almost like pranky, jokey stuff, and then eventually they started doing political stuff, and now I feel like they do both culture stuff and political stuff. But
yeah, fuck him for kind of suing 3 small creators. Like, let them rock, dog.
Yeah, and then how should you feel about his employees? You make it seem like you sort of knew the employees and liked them, and then now you're struggling with not liking them. Is that sort of where you're going with that? But yeah, I mean, shit. If you don't, I guess just stop watching the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I get if that's how you feel, just like cut it off.
That's good advice, man. You're always you got a lot of good wisdom.
Since it was mentioned a couple episodes ago, Destiny's opinion is that other streamers should be kicked out of the cohort. When you're mentioned, you can tell he kind of fucks with you for being in the trenches versus Trump. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, like, Hassan is also in the trenches against Trump, and he hates Hassan, Like, Destiny has this view of left-wingers that's like a very 2018 type view, where it's like, all they do is shit on Democrats, or they never support Democrats. They don't even spend time to shit on the right. And like that perception of his is true. Like that existed, but that really is like an older perception of leftists. Leftists now are spending 80 to 90% of their time shitting on Trump and Republicans because they're literally ushering in fascism right now as we speak. And maybe it's like 10 or 20% of the time correcting Democrats and saying, hey, don't be weak, fight harder, do this instead of that. And so that's why I feel like there has been a bit of a burgeoning liberal left alliance where you see people like me and Midas Touch like collaborating together and saying a lot of the same things. Like that's a big deal that you have a leftist and a liberal, big outlets that are like agreeing and saying similar things. And I feel like that's the same sort of charity that needs to be extended to, you know, those other leftists who, you know, are viewed in sort of a black and white way as all you do is shit on Democrats. You don't support the Democrats. And it's like actually 80 to 90% of the time, that is what they're doing is they're shitting on Republicans, thereby also boosting the Democrats. And when they do criticize the Democrats, it's more constructive. Whereas there was a time back in 2018 where you could argue it went overboard and it was like you're focusing too much on shitting on Democrats and not enough shitting on Republicans. So that would be my response to that is that in the same way that people like me have really made an effort to sort of reel in whatever disagreements I have with liberals in this moment, pale in comparison to what Trump and Republicans are doing in this country. So I've really reeled in my criticism of liberals. I think that also needs to be extended by liberals to leftists. And there's many who have done that. And I thank them for that. But then there's also some who are still sort of stuck in those old school trenches and that old school mindset. And I feel like they should offer that same charity. So that would be my reaction to what you're saying here.
And also, like, who wouldn't want to fuck with Kyle, man? Like, so it's the right side of
who wouldn't want to fuck with me? Republicans, Republicans, conservatives,
no, but like just
billionaires.
take politics aside. Like you're a cool dude to fuck with. Like it's not like other people I watched is just like he seems like a corny dude. Like it's Destiny's right in that regard if he fucks with you. But Eli, thank you, bro. Appreciate you a lot.
Hiya, I'm working on a DemSoc list of policy demands for Illinois. Since Dems suck at creating and sticking to a policy plan, I encourage others to do so. That's cool. Working on a Democratic Socialist list of policy demands. That's cool. I wonder if there's maybe like
Illinois too.
I wonder if there's maybe like a like a list of stuff that's a good general outline. Like, does Democratic Socialists have that? I know back when I co-founded Justice Democrats, I wrote the policy platform for that. And that was like at the time, that was like a good layout of like, here's what we're fighting for. So there might be some templates already out there, but I mean, it's a good thing to do. And I feel like we're closer now than ever before to actually having Democrats agree to a lot of the stuff that we would want them to agree to.
Shout out to you. That's good work you're doing.
Kyle, did you hear about Saudi Arabia's Super Flag Football League that consists of players like Tom Brady, CeeDee Lamb, etc.? Love the show. I did not hear about this. Bro, Saudi Arabia is just throwing money at fucking everybody, bro. It is ridiculous. And I broke my heart that fucking Bill Burr is doing that Saudi comedy festival. Then I lost it at Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon fucking, he did this long ass thing, like making jokes about the fact that he's taking Saudi blood money and shit. And it's like, bro, because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your fucking sanctimonious rants, your smug rants about like, here's why Israel's fucked up. And it's like, no, because you're taking money from Saudi Arabia. So like, you just lose the moral high ground to say anything about anything because you're a walking billboard. You're for sale.
Yeah, this one also seems like, I don't know if this is true. I feel like Tom Brady wouldn't get involved in any like Saudi Arabia stuff.
Let me see.
He's like the owner of the Oakland Raiders. He's a commentator on TV. CeeDee Lamb's still an active player. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're right. They're right. Tom Brady coming out of retirement for flag football tournament in Saudi. It might be like a one-time thing, but
it could be like a one-time celebrity.
Yeah, but he's probably getting $1 million for doing a one-day thing.
He's getting way more than $1 million. He's probably getting 25 to 50 million for one charity.
And that's money he doesn't even fucking need, bro. This is why I hate these people, right? It's like it's not even like you're fucking struggling to get by.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I really need this money. Saudi Arabia's gonna. No, you're all fucking loaded, and you just want the money. You don't care that you're selling out. Fuck these people.
Yeah, and like I just watched the Canelo versus Crawford fight.
Yeah, you told me it started mad late. You said
it started at 1 a.m, and that's another topic that like boxing matches start too fucking late at night. NFL games now are starting at 10 o'clock at night. Like
for
people
real?
There's a game tonight. The Raiders and Chargers starts at 10 o'clock, and it's like, yeah, the game's in Las Vegas, but still, that's too late. 1 o'clock in the morning to start a boxing match.
That's insane.
I don't care what age you are.
One is insane.
That's too late.
No, that's insane,
I know boxing starts late, but that shit was too late. I fell asleep, woke up, and then fell asleep when that shit was on. But they had some Saudi Arabian guy like sitting courtside, ringside with Dana White, right?
Yep.
Next to him, and it's just like they kiss all these dudes' asses that they just throw so much money at them, and it's just sad, and it's just like it's just weird to see. But that kind of sucks because I didn't think like Tom Brady would be the type to like do that type of shit. But
he definitely is for sure. He
yeah,
cares about money over everything else.
he's
Bro,
definitely getting a bag.
did we talk about how the NBA, like their whole shit is fucking so obnoxious this year where like you got to have 7 different platforms to watch the shit?
Yep. Adam Silver came out and said that it's just a highlight league now. I think he's totally fine with people not watching
Seems
the
like
actual. Yeah, I think he's fine with the business
Crazy.
model of people not watching the game and just watching highlights or watching YouTube clips and them
so
getting.
Crazy.
I don't know if they're gonna. I'm sure they'll have advertisers now on like social media and shit, and maybe TV contracts they're going away from. But I think he's fine with people just watching games through highlights or clips, which is crazy. Because I think
insane.
I think the NBA will get to a point almost like Nike's fucking up right now. I think the NBA will get to a point where they're almost taking like their viewership and shit for granted. Like people are gonna stop fucking.
They're
with them.
already there. They're already
once
there.
LeBron retires, once all these OGs are out the league, there's no faces that like actually people care about. Like Anthony Edwards is good, but he doesn't have enough people like I can't watch basketball if I don't see Anthony Edwards. Like no one has that same appeal.
Bro, I watched a video. Somebody crunched the numbers. It was like if you actually wanted to watch all the games, you had to spend like over $1,000.
That's insane.
And it's like, it used to just be turn on the fucking TV and it's just, all the games are on ESPN or they're on TNT or whatever the fuck. Now it's like, you got to have Amazon Prime. You got to have this streaming service. You got to have that streaming service. You got to have this channel. It's like, that is crazy, bro.
There's too much shit. Like even the fight. Like go back to the old school ways of like this fight is on pay-per-view. If you want to watch it, that shit costs $80. Like having the fight on Netflix now and like there's too many ways to watch shit and it's fucking hard to follow, man. It's
we need to go back to cable. Where cable is just here's one shit. Everything is on this shit.
Yep.
There's no questions. There's no do I get that channel? Do I not get? You get every fucking channel. Here's cable. You get every channel. You got cable. You got the internet. We're good, bro.
Yep.
That's
it. And now every sports team has their own network. So like the Yankees back in the day started Yes Network.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a lot of college football, like University of Texas has their own Texas Longhorns, like fucking, network. Jesus. And they all have their own contracts with cable shit too. So it's like they're not on cable. Like so different sports teams.
The sports packages are the big problem. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those are always the worst, man. The sports packages, it's always like they don't. I remember like I used to have Optimum or some shit, and they were like, "Oh, you don't get MSG with Optimum now," and it's all I fucking care about is watching the Knicks. What are you talking about? It's like the one shit I watch is the shit you're like, "Oh, we don't get that." It's like,
and then even when you have that shit in your network, you get a blackout, and it's like, "Nah, you can't watch this shit," and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" Bro,
that would piss me off the most. Is it would say that the game I want to watch is coming on NBA TV, and I turn on NBA TV, and the screen would be black, and it would be like,
watch it in your area.
Can't watch it here. You got to watch it on MSG, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yep. Damn. So fuck Tom Brady and CeeDee Lamb and all these motherfuckers, man. Sell out.
Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Taylor. Thank you, bro.
Why do you guys think Charlie Kirk is being treated so reverently, despite him not being an elected official of any kind? He's an avatar, Tony. He's an avatar. That's what it is. So like in the mind of the right now, he's basically been deified, right? He's been deified where it's like,
what's that mean?
You're a saint. Like he's become like a saint. He's become an avatar of what the right wing is.
Comparing him to like a Martin Luther King
and,
Jr.
and Nelson Mandela and Malcolm X. And they're saying like, they're saying all he wanted to do was spread his message and he would debate on college campuses and like try to change people's minds. And he was just doing the art of persuasion and they killed him for it because he's right and they can't beat him in a debate. That's like the message.
Is it not? I mean, like he was preaching, like people on the right are looking at a Martin Luther King Jr. and saying like he's preaching shit that they don't agree with, Well,
now they all pretend like Martin Luther King would have been a Republican,
Oh, really?
Now they all pretend like, oh yeah, he was with us, That's what they do. But yeah, so that's why they're treating him so special. Is like you represent the best of us. You represent this pure person who just wanted to change minds. He just did debates. He helped Trump win. He's was in it for all the right reasons. And so like rest in peace to somebody who was like a loyal soldier for the cause. He was basically an arm of the Republican Party. He was the propaganda arm for the youth of the Republican Party. And like, they give you a lot. Me and Crystal were talking about it earlier. We were like, if I were to die, I would not get 1,000th the reaction to this. People might say now, like, oh shit, Kyle, you're like the left-wing Charlie Kirk. There would be no flags fucking flying at half staff. There wouldn't be Democratic politicians releasing statements. Nobody would create a list of anybody who said a bad thing about me to try to call their employers to try to get them fired. Like, there would be like a group. My Discord would be sad.
But why do you think that is? Just because we have like a Republican president?
Well, no, it's because I'm an outsider. I'm actually an outsider. He was an insider. He was connected to people with money and power. He was connected to the Republican establishment. He was connected to the president of the United States.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if this happens with Joe Biden as president, do you think it gets the same?
He wouldn't give a fuck. He'd be like, Kyle, who?
No, if Charlie Kirk happened under Biden.
Oh, no, yeah. He would release a statement and he would be like, rest in peace. Like, the violence is unacceptable. We got to stop this. We got to pass gun reform. They would say some shit. But there wouldn't be flags at half staff, bro.
No. Yeah,
no way. There wouldn't be like, there wouldn't be this deification where the whole country is, they're putting his face up and moments of silence at fucking games and shit. They wouldn't do that.
Do you think he'll be in, like some history books going like in
if the Republicans write the history books, then yeah.
Yeah.
If the Republicans write the history books, then yes. They'll say, nobody could beat him in a debate. And so the left killed him because they knew they couldn't beat him. And so our ideas won and their ideas lost. Like, it'd be some shit like that,
Damn. It's got to be a good ass feeling knowing you beat him in a debate too. That like everyone's saying that he couldn't get beat in a debate.
Yeah, but like nobody brings it up. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's like, Kyle put him up in a debate,
That's what I'm saying. Because all the shit that I've been seeing is positive shit. I was trying to find the video of you fucking him up in the debate, but I would have gotten canceled if I posted that shit. And said, Kyle did fuck him up in a debate. Appreciate you, Tony Izzo. Izzo's a real one. This guy's a real one. Paper Remix.
Shout out. Damn, that's a great fucking
OD
tip. Thank you very much. Love you all. Longtime fan and probably watch every Kyle and Corin. You all make my Mondays better and wishing you all the best to you and yours. That is a very sweet message.
Yeah.
Thanks
a lot, Paper Remix. You are super remix. Paper Remix.
Very nice of you. That's very sweet.
I'm glad we can bring some light to your
You
Monday.
just made Corin's day, man. That's a decent change, bro. Jeez.
For real. I could retire a happy man now. Thank you, dog.
For real. That's getting close to retirement money.
Yeah.
Harrison Triplet says, funny, keep politics out of sports. People never mention where Let's Go Brandon started. All backed Live Golf, support Nick Bosa, Butker, Favre, Herschel Walker, NFL moment of silence for Israel, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it's always like they said to LeBron, shut up and dribble. Why? Because LeBron would say some left-wing shit, and they'd be like, fuck you. But if you say any right-wing shit, they're like, oh, amazing patriot. It's like the same. They do this with Hollywood, right? They were like, fucking Hollywood needs to keep their fucking opinions to themselves. Meanwhile, who did they elect? Ronald Reagan was a Hollywood actor. Donald Trump was a fucking reality star celebrity, right? Like they come themselves. Schwarzenegger was a Republican. You're right.
Oh, was he? Oh,
yeah. So like anybody who's like, even that fucking like Christopher Walken guy who's like 1,000 years old and really weird, he said some right-wing shit and they're like, oh, you're amazing, we love you.
Oh, what's his name? Get off my lawn. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, Clint Eastwood. That's right. Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
So suck Clint Eastwood off at every Republican national convention.
I know. And it's like, you guys don't mean it. You just want Hollywood to be with you. Like that's all you mean,
Yep. Speaking of that shit, I watched the Emmys last night and I texted like Jed and my dad and I was just like,
it's terrible.
This is the worst shit ever. Like they get up there in the fucking wildest outfits. They all suck each other off and like literally just look for praise and look for love. And it's like, you guys aren't solving dick right now.
It does feel like there's been a move away from like traditional entertainment, like Emmys, Oscars, Hollywood stuff, and just moving more towards internet, which is good and bad. Like it's good because it's more real and authentic now, but it's also bad because we got a whole bunch of fucking idiots that are getting really fucking famous. So like it's good and it's bad, but yeah, those award shows are always they're so like self-congratulatory,
Yeah. But no, Harrison Triple, you're right. It was funny, and that was one thing I noticed was a lot of conservatives calling out sports teams that weren't posting about Charlie Kirk or weren't doing moment of silence or memorial videos for him and shit like that. But it's like when it was Kaepernick, when it was people on the left, it's like, hey, there's no place for that shit in sports. Meanwhile, there clearly is space for it in sports when it's for your party.
Yep.
Appreciate you though, dog.
Nathan Ogilvy, Jeff Ogilvy's son, says, how does the temperature get turned down in U.S. politics? Is it too far gone? Are you doing anything different to protect your safety? You boys can always come to stay in Australia if you need to get out. Thank you, Nathan. I may be taking you up on that at some point. We shall see. But yes, I am doing something to protect our safety. Like I said, I'm gadded up like a mofo, son. I got a new security systems going in like literally right now as we speak.
I am not. My Ring doorbell camera is flaky. Sometimes that shit is suspect. It's got like a
you're good
burden
though.
curve.
You're good though, bro. You don't say as many inflammatory things as me. You're safe. So yes, we are taking it. I'm getting even more guns too. I'm gonna be fucking packing heat OD, bro. So
But
and it's gonna be right near me at all times too, which is also I'm basically gonna be like one of those retired cops that's always packing heat.
Don't be like Plaxico Burress. Make sure there's a safety on that bitch.
Oh, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. I'm good. My dad, that's the thing. I know I'm a lefty, but when I was a kid, my dad taught me all about guns and
you're a
shooting and
gangster.
shit. So
yeah, you were hunting. You're nice with that shit.
But
Someone handed me a gun, I'd be like, hot potato.
But how to turn down the temperature in U.S. politics? Nathan, I really like. I'm so black pilled on this. Like I really don't think it's possible anymore. I mean, the way the right has reacted is just, it really made me feel like there's just no hope because
there's no like going back to just some normalcy.
Yeah, because they're like every big name Democratic politician and media figure, wall to wall, everyone just condemned the violence, full stop. Like just said, like, this fucked up, this is wrong, right? Every right wing account was like, civil war, fucking destroy all the liberal organizations, fucking ban any liberals from hosting shows. Like, it was just every fucking thing was like, fucking just make it worse, make it worse, make it worse. And so I really don't have an answer to that because there's no reasoning with these people. I was just watching before I came on. Anna Kasparian went on Piers Morgan's show, and with Destiny was there, and there was some conservatives there too.
They need to get you back on that.
And one of the conservatives was blaming Anna for the environment that led to Charlie getting shot. And Anna goes, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, first of all, the left hates me now. I'm like a centrist now. The left hates me. You know, I debated Cenk, and I said Trump is not a Nazi. He's not a fascist, right? So when you say I contributed to the culture that led to Charlie Kirk getting shot, like, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And the guy's reaction was like, "Yeah, but you contributed to the culture that led to, like, you're just as bad as the rest of them. You contributed to the culture, and like, you own this. So stop trying to like weasel out of it, basically." And like, it didn't matter that everything she was saying was true. That she's not a leftist anymore. She's more of a centrist now. She is fucking fighting with Cenk, saying don't call Trump a fascist. Like, she's made a big effort to like differentiate herself. I'm not like these leftists. I disagree with these leftists. I think they're crazy. Much to the chagrin of many leftists, right? And it didn't matter. Because in that guy's mind, I don't care if you're a centrist, a liberal, a leftist. I don't care if you're center-right. If you're not towing the fucking MAGA line 100%, if you're not sucking off Charlie Kirk's corpse right now, well, then you're not with us.
Yeah.
You're not with us. You're part of the problem. And like, that's the mindset all of them have, is like total fucking just eyes roll back in their head, boiling rage.
What you're saying, or
you
like,
know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to do, but it's certainly not like you can't reason with them. You can't argue them out of it. Doesn't matter if you yell. Doesn't matter if you whisper. Doesn't matter if you hold their hand and walk them through it. It's like they just have to effectively destroy their own movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all that can happen, is like they're going to destroy their own movement, and we just have to be there to pick up the pieces and tell the truth and try to get this country back on track, you know?
Yeah, hopefully there's a day where that happens. But if I'm ever in Australia, I'm gonna holler at you, dog.
Some real news says, Kyle, do you think you were too nice to Rogan when you went on the show in the past? He was so confident Trump was winning on 2020 election night show with you. That's a great question. I never really thought about, was I too nice to him when I was on the show?
I think you always kept it real, especially on that political episode. You were you never wavered on like, no, this is the red wave shit. Like, you know, a lot of people,
Red
Mirage, whatever that shit is. I think a lot of people cater to him and kind of changed their opinion on shit. But like, I feel like you stuck to your ideas on shit and never really wavered.
Yeah, you convinced me. I don't think I was too mean to. I don't think I was too nice to him. Yeah. I think that I went comfortable for my own pace, where like when I finally felt like, okay, you're really too far gone, that's when I unleashed, you know. And that was, I don't know what exactly was the thing. I think it was maybe when he started like clearly saying he liked DeSantis. I think I kind of lost it on him over that. Then clearly when he was like pro-Trump, it was just like, oh, fuck you. And that's when I really was like, I'm gonna go to war against you now. So no, I agree with you, Corin. I don't think I was too nice. I just, you know, for at the moment, every time I was with him in that studio, it felt like we were making progress towards him being more on the left.
Yeah.
But it was just like, you know, he'd say that to me, and then the next day he'd have on Ben Shapiro and agree with everything Ben Shapiro says. And it's like, okay, well, now I see you're just like a two-faced fucking loser, you know?
Did Kirk ever go on Rogan?
No, he didn't. Charlie Kirk never went on Rogan, I don't think, no.
Oh, Some real news. Thank you, brother.
Yo, dog, did you see JD host Charlie's podcast? Bro has no riz, but cool that the VP can threaten citizens now. Yeah, that was crazy. So he was flat out lying, saying, oh, we have our crazies on the right, but whenever it's violent attacks, it's always the left. Fucking dead wrong, factually. It's like 90% to 10% right-wingers do more attacks.
Yeah, and like it wasn't even proven that the shooter is left wing.
Exactly.
So like, why
exactly.
is this the starting point of your conversation?
Because this is what he does, man. And he's right. No riz. Like, the fact that the VP is hosting Charlie Kirk's show is like, so it just goes to show you how embedded he was in that Republican establishment, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine if I died and fucking Tim Walz did my show, you know, or Kamala Harris did my show. Like, that would never fucking happen.
It's so crazy. Yeah, the right is just a fucking mess.
Thank you, Jordan.
Appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate it.
We'll roll through some of these.
Shout out, V-Man. Kyle, I'm going to make you hate the Puerto Rican statehood movement in 1 minute. In 1993, their government dismantled an island-wide universal health care movement established by Governor Luis Munoz Marin in 1957. Damn. So the Puerto Rican statehood movement is linked to the right, I guess? It's like a conservative thing?
Yeah, but Bad Bunny's fixing that shit with his concerts right now, man. So, Governor Luis Munoz in 1957. Appreciate you, V, man. Yeah,
appreciate you. Thank you, man. Appreciate
this is a good question. I'm curious your thoughts on this one. His wife is very popular on social media. What are your thoughts on Charlie Kirk's widow making an Instagram post with his corpse? Was that weird?
That was very bizarre. That was very weird. I saw it and it was super uncomfortable.
Yeah, at first I thought that was fake, and then I saw like the close up on his hands and shit, and I was just like, that's a weird post to be going up right now.
Yeah, no, I saw that and it was very disturbing to me.
Yeah,
I didn't watch her speech because I didn't want to be
I didn't watch her
where I felt like I had to criticize the widow of somebody who just died.
Yeah,
you know. Kyle, did Tyler see the Jezebel article, and didn't you clown on Charlie for believing in the occult? I know one conservative regime still standing. Did Tyler see the Jezebel article? That's an interesting point. So, Corin, there was a Jezebel article that said, this was like maybe like a week before Charlie Kirk was killed, where somebody said, I paid witches on Etsy to put a curse on Charlie Kirk.
I don't know about that shit.
That's crazy, man. Right? Isn't that crazy?
Is crazy, yeah.
So it's possible he saw the article, yeah. And didn't you clown on Charlie for believing in the occult? Yeah, I did. I did clown on him for believing in the occult.
Tyler? Did Tyler see the
article? Tyler is the killer. Tyler is the killer.
Oh.
It was saying, did the killer see the article that said, which is putting a curse on you? And then he was like, I'll go kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
And I did clown on Charlie for believing in the occult. And I still would clown on somebody for believing in the occult. I think it's largely probably a coincidence that the occult is like believing in witches and shit.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, witches, I don't know. Could be like ghosts, I don't know. Witches, there's definitely some witches out there that are like some evil fucking ladies that just do some fucked up shit.
That's funny. Yeah, I was still clowning him because he was, I don't know, he was going heavy on that shit. Wasn't he saying like Taylor Swift is like a witch or some shit or believes in the occult? I don't remember, but
could be some shit. Metalhead Matt's a real one.
Yeah, but they believe in that shit for like, you know, because they want to push Christianity and they're like, if you're not Christian, you're fucking with the devil and witches and shit. Trump has struck another Venezuelan boat because he said it was carrying drugs. Yeah, I'm probably going to talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, for real?
Thank you, Covetous Club.
What did he do? He blew that shit up?
Just blew up another Venezuelan boat. Yeah, they're doing a war with Venezuela. They're just like, fuck you, we're going to go to war with Venezuela. These people are fucking terrible.
You think he knows about all these decisions? Like, there's so much shit happening.
No, he knows. He's calling for the shots, of course. He's calling for the strikes, definitely.
Damn.
He doesn't give a fuck. He's trying to start another war. He's trying to steal the oil.
But was the shit carrying drugs?
No, they fucking lie about all of it. The last one they blew up turned out it was a fucking fishing boat. They lied. And by the way, even if it was carrying drugs, the penalty for that is not fucking death.
Yeah, it's not battleship. You don't just fucking blow their shit up and call it a day.
That's like somebody's speeding on the highway and you shoot a rocket launcher at them. Like, well, was he speeding? Like, who gives a fuck if he was speeding, you know?
Oh, it's a good ass comparison. Thank you, Club.
Quetzal the Gamer, shout out. No shocker to the people who watch this show, but the reason that the right focuses so hard on the culture war is because they have nothing to offer the American people in terms of things that will make our lives better. That is exactly right. So they have to blame trans people, blame immigrants, blame these minorities because, you know, we're not going to give you health care. We're not going to give you higher wages. We're not going to improve your life. We're not going to give you an education. That's exactly right. It's divide and conquer, right? Instead of telling the truth, which is that it's the billionaires and the corporations that are fucking making our lives hell, you go, oh, it's the trans people. You know, they're trying to make it seem now like all trans people are in a fucking death cult and they want to do mass shootings every day. It's like,
poor trans people. Like, why are they so worried about them?
There's been 5 fucking trans shooters out of like 6,000, and these motherfuckers are like, oh my god, trans people. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. Jesus.
Yeah. Quizzitar the Gamer, thank you, bro.
Jerry Gonzalez, shout out. Thanks for the $5. I hate to say it, but you need to have a plan set in place in case some crazy person successfully takes your life. Love both you guys. Stay safe. Well, I don't know why I need a plan for if I die.
Well, I mean, Molly always says this shit, but if like I pass away or she passes away, I think she like has a plan in place with our will and like all that shit.
Oh, that sort of like the will stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, I mean, like you just never know. You could walk outside and get hit by a bus or some shit. You know,
that's true. I didn't realize he was talking about a will, like some straightforward shit.
Yeah.
I thought he meant like an escape plan or something. Like you got to get to like Guadalajara or whatever the fuck, you know.
I always said like once that dude jumped off the roof, like be out to like Mexico or some shit. Like get the fuck away.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Is he was gone. He had succeeded until his dad supposedly was like, "Did you do it?" He had succeeded. It was done. They weren't going to get him. It was
That's
over.
what I'm saying. Like even if your dad is like, "Yo, my son did this," you got to be in a different country by then, man. Like. Take a Uber, walk, get a cab, do some shit. Like the dude who did the CEO healthcare shit. Like, why are you in Pennsylvania at a McDonald's, bro? Like, shave your head and go somewhere else.
True.
It's like some day one shit if you're doing this stuff. Appreciate you, Jerry Gonzalez. Yo, this dude Martin is my homie, man. You put paper
Shout out, Martin. Kyle's coverage and analysis of current events is second to none. Great show today, by the way. Was wondering what's up with the switched stripe colors on the flag.
I noticed that too. Is the flag different behind you?
No, it's the same. It's just the lighting from the
okay.
From the LED lights is making it look like it's different color.
Got you. Okay, because I looked at that too for a second. I was like, something.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Flag? It looks like. Oh no! It like there are 2 different shades of brown. Yeah, there are 2 different shades of brown. Yeah.
But it's just the lighting.
Yeah,
people are so observant, man. If you switch one shit up, people notice that. Remember when someone noticed something about your bushes or some shit when you were sitting on like the patio?
Oh yeah, they were saying that like watch out for that grill because the grill was being like consumed by the grass. Yeah, everybody's looking at all these random things.
I guess when they're watching the video, they like zone in on different shit, and if you're so used to seeing something like every single day, that no, you're right. It does look like the top half is shinier on the shit, but appreciate you, Martin. Thanks a lot, man. I don't know what DKK is, but you're a real one.
Shout out Jake, 5DZax. Appreciate you. Kyle, are you familiar with One Dime? I need you to, on a podcast, either KKF or his show, his video on the Chinese Cultural Revolution is a masterpiece. I'm not familiar with him.
One Dime, there's a basketball company, Dime, that makes basketballs. Maybe there's maybe that's why they couldn't make the basketball Dime.
I'll add him to the list of people I'm supposed to look into. One Dime. Okay.
Appreciate you, Jake.
Gotcha.
We're making our
recently
way.
saw a clip of Destiny outright saying he's pro-genocide. I don't know how he can claim to be on the left and say that. Yeah, I saw that clip too. I mean, he would probably say, oh, I was just joking. I was just memeing. I didn't actually mean it. It was like, hyperbole to trigger the lefties or whatever. I'm guessing that's what he would say now in retrospect. But yeah, it's a rough one to even joke about that is like, really, man, let's not do that.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Pat.
Shout out to Pat. Appreciate it. Metalhead Matt, $5. Hey, Kyle, there's an argument that red flag laws deprive people of constitutional right without due process. The potential for abuse seems very real. I mean, I agree that the potential for abuse seems very real, but it's like a cost-benefit analysis, right? Like, I really don't think that, local sheriff's departments would just be looking to trample on law-abiding citizens' rights and, do that willy-nilly. I think, it would take a scenario where it's like, hey, here's clear text messages or clear emails or clear posts on social media saying I'm going to do a mass shooting now, that you would go and take the weapons, So I think we have more to gain than we do to lose. And the reason why I think you're not depriving people of a constitutional right, as I said before, is I don't think we actually have the individual right to own a weapon. And I say that as a gun owner, right? But I don't think we have an individual right to own a weapon. That amendment was clearly for militias. It says a well-regulated militia necessary to the security of a free state, the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So I don't think it's an individual right, which is why, they can already restrict certain kinds of weapons. I just think we should go a little further and restrict some more and be much more careful about who we allow to have a weapon in the first place.
Facts. We're making our...
Sarindra Sodapin, shout out. As an Australian, watching an entire fanatical political party inflame tensions is scary. Highly recommend watching Friendly Geordie's response to Kirk. Friendly Geordie.
Friendly Geordie.
Friendly Geordie.
Thank you.
Geordie.
Surrender.
Kirk response. Okay. All right. Shout out to Diego. Thanks for the $10. I think it's funny that liberals ended up completely right about people like Rogan, Misinformation Machine, RFK Jr., Republican Plant, and Tulsi. Tulsi flipped every single position she ever had. Yeah, Diego, this is a very astute point, and it's one I've tried to make myself a number of times. I've said something to the effect of, the most hyperbolic critics of Trump from the very beginning turned out to be the most correct.
Yeah, they sell us.
Like, the most annoying liberal resistance person, liberal resistance wine mom, was just totally right. like Rogan's a misinformation regime, RFK Jr. is a Republican plant, Tulsi is fucking full of shit and flipping on everything. Like, Trump is fucking destroying the country. JD Vance is Peter Thiel's bitch. Like, just it's all true. It's all true. You know, the people who said Trump's not going to want to leave office, they were right the first time. He tried not to leave in 2020. He's definitely going to try not to leave this time too if he's alive. You know,
yeah, it's gonna get ugly. Appreciate you, Diego.
Thank you. Millennial diligence. When stuff does add up, start subtracting. The details are being obscured and nothing makes sense. I hate conspiratorial thinking, but this stinks. Yeah, I'm the same as you, bro. Like, I'm like a moderate on the issue of conspiracies. Here's my view on conspiracies. Some of them are true. Some of them are false. Some of them are like a little bit of both. That's my view. Is like, it depends on the conspiracy. You got to take it case by case. I'd probably say most of them are probably bullshit. But there's some that are like 50-50, and then some are just true.
Yeah.
But this one right here, this shooting, like, I'm not buying shit that they're putting out. Especially because, like, Dan Bongino and Cash Patel are just like MAGA podcasters, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they don't fucking know what they're doing, and they're trying to portray it how they want to portray it, which is why they try to blame a trans person within the first 5 fucking minutes, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't believe anything that dude is saying. I think he's just trying to make himself look good and make his, like, FBI organization look good. Appreciate you, Millennial.
Jerry Gonzalez, shout out. Thanks for the $5. Imagine being Tyler's defense attorney. If the shirt doesn't fit, you must acquit. If he can't disassemble the gun, the trial is done. That's so good. It's like the Cochran. Glove don't fit, you must acquit. And that shit worked. OD.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they got the guy, bro. Like, you're gonna be able to prove this in a court of law when I'm already questioning it from 1,000 miles away. Like, looking at, wait, he changed clothes 2 separate times and he disassembled the gun and put it back together multiple times. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know how they'd find like a jury that like it would play dumb to not knowing what happened about the case. Like, everyone would have an opinion on this shit.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
Penis.
Thank you, Brett. Appreciate it. Mengosaurus Rex, thanks for the $10. I get background checks or red flags, but how can you justify more gun bans and magazine bans when the far-right psychos foaming at the mouth for left trans blood already have their AR-15 and 30-round mags? Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. Truth be told, I want lefties to have the guns for self-defense, and I want the right not to have the guns. You know, like, I just told you I have guns, right? But
nobody needs that type of fucking gun, though. Like, no one needs some diesel-ass shit like that, man. There's really no
and that's the truth.
Shit.
And that's the truth. And I think doing universal background checks, red flag laws, banning high-capacity magazines, banning assault weapons, having like a licensing system where you have testing, I really don't think that's too much to ask. And I think that alone would probably cut the number of gun deaths in half, you know? Like, from 38,000 a year down to like 15,000 a year. Like, that's a lot of lives saved, you know? That's a lot of lives that are saved.
Yep. Mangosaurus Rex. I love that you love mangoes. My wife loves mangoes.
Imagine if Mike Lindell had made the My Pillow with some yellow in it. That would make them some goated pillows. That'd be so gross if you open up a new My Pillow and you're like, oh my God, dude, Mike Lindell pissed on my pillow.
You see Nike, you see a lot of these companies making like distressed clothing. They make jeans with fucking like rips in them.
Crazy.
It wouldn't put it past me if there was a pillow company that's like, this pillow comes pre-stained already. So like, it might be a day, man. If my pillow wants to flip shit up, just be like, yo, this shit comes with already yellow stains in it. They don't have to be real yellow sweat stains or pee stains. But if you make it look like a broken in pillow, low key, that could be like a goated invention.
Nah, man. We used to have to try to make shit better. Now it's like people just make shit different, you know? Yeah. Like when we were younger, it's like, oh, we're trying to improve everything. Now it's like, what if we made it worse? Would you like that better? Here's a worse version. You know,
a cell phone that runs out of battery in 20 minutes. Well, that's like the new iPhone.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
What's your go-to meal when you're lazy as fuck? You have to cook it and you're by yourself. Probably just chicken nuggies, man.
Chicken nuggets are good. Pasta's always a banger. You could throw some pasta in that bitch and then literally just put butter and on there, throw some ketchup on it. It's always a good meal. And then there's like these
Damn, ketchup?
taqueritos that
Ugh.
Costco sells.
Ketchup on pasta? That's wild.
Yo, ketchup, pasta, and butter. Don't try that shit until you've had it. It's kind of banging.
Damn.
But you got to OD on the butter. It's got to be super buttery.
My Italian sensibilities are offended.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Shout out to Battle Beast. What's your plan if Trump cracks down on your channel, Kyle? Also, will there ever be an anti-MAGA backlash? I just don't see much pushback. Well, I think there is, as long as the elections are free enough and fair enough. I think there will be a backlash in the midterms. I think there will be a backlash in 2028.
If right, Trump cracks down on your channel, that'd be kind of gangster that he saw your channel and is cracking down on that shit.
Yeah, well, if Trump cracks down on my channel, I have like the Substack. I have other ways of like getting shit out. So I'd probably use all of my other avenues to try to build the show elsewhere, right, but it would be horrible. I mean, if that were to happen, that's, that would be terrible if that were to happen,
Yeah. Does the YouTube like CEO or president like kiss Trump's ass? Do you know if they're in bed with him?
They all do. Yeah.
All, right?
Yeah. The Sundar Pichai, he was with Trump at that like tech bro oligarch meeting. Yeah. The other week. Yeah. They all got to. They all kiss his ass, They
all fucking kiss the ring. It's sad. Appreciate you, Battle Beast.
Shout out, Marcus. Is Chicago low-key the modern U.S. cultural center? The Pope, Kanye, and Fuentes all are from Chicago. Does Chicago come before L.A. in terms of clout? I don't know, man.
I would some street cred, bro.
I would throw New York, Chicago, and L.A. all up there in that S tier of cultural influence.
Yeah, Chicago's goated. I lived there for a little bit, and they got good food, they got good culture, they got good history. Chicago fires, all that shit. But fuck Kanye, man.
Agree with that.
How you doing? Because they're still coming in.
Big Orange, shout out. I'm going to take a piss in a second. It feels like the right wing has won the culture war, and there's no turning it around. They have all the money, all the influencers. They do have all the money. They do have most of the influencers. They do have the algorithm rigged in their favor. But what are you going to do? We live to fight another day. We got to keep coming out and doing our shit. We can't just take our ball and go home and go cry. We're losing. We're down by a lot. But this is what life's about, bro. We keep going. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What are we going to do? What are we just going to go to sleep, pick up a different fucking hobby? We can't give up on trying to make the world a better place.
It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that all the kids, a lot of those kids were influenced by Charlie Kirk. They were really fucking with him. He had a lot of people rocking with him on supposedly liberal campuses. Newsom said he was at USC and there was a big crowd for him and all this shit.
I'm going to take a piss real quick. Give me a sec.
Utah State is, but there was some other shit that came out today of a college where there was a kid who hung himself or something like that. Appreciate you, Big Orange T. Jordan Jorgensen back in the building. You should check out Kyle. He is great political analyst. Kyle, on the spectrum of perfect shitter, I miss my musty pillow. There's a lot to say about musty pillows, man. I feel like everyone, if you don't think you have a musty pillow, you definitely do. On one bed in your house, there's a pillow, or there's somewhere in your house, there's a pillow that's yellow, that's nasty. But it's the best pillow out there. So I think there is something to pillow companies coming out and just making some nasty ass pillow, or at least that looks nasty. Because like I said, there's Nike comes out with shoes now that are dirty looking, dingy looking, and people buy that shit. There's a market for it. So I think musty pillows will corner the market.
You should check out Kyle. He's a great political analyst on the spectrum of the perfect shitter. I miss
the perfect one for you to come back to.
On a spectrum of the perfect shitter? What does that mean?
I think they're basically just saying when someone tries to recommend you as a great political analyst, you'll say some shit on the spectrum of perfect shitter, I miss my musty pillow. So it's just the take sometimes is tough for someone to show their grandmother.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't. I'm not grandma approved, bro. I'm more. You got to be younger to watch my shit. By the way, YouTube made it so that if they think you might be 18 or younger, they automatically put you on restricted mode, and you won't get recommended videos that are more adultish, right? What? And so that led to a 33% drop in our views.
Yeah, I mean, how are you supposed to change people's minds on politics if they're about to go vote and they can't even see some political video?
So everybody spread the word. You go click the little icon on the top right of your YouTube where
you have to disassemble
your shit is, and then the menu will come down and click restricted mode off, because a lot of people don't know that, and it just they automatically made it so a lot of people can't watch.
That's weird. Yeah,
it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's basically sly censorship, basically.
Yeah. There, yeah, fuck that. All right, we're making a dent.
Kyle, did your show get cut off today? You didn't post the Hassan video. I didn't get to it. I didn't get to the Hassan video. My bad.
Thank you, Clay.
What do y'all think about the crazy phenomenon of Laura Loomer controlling foreign policy via tweet? She tweets some shit and Trump makes it happen. Bro, it's crazy. Basically, like, it's the blind leading the blind type shit. Like, the craziest, loudest motherfucker who makes the most noise, that they end up getting Trump's ear. And if you're angry and aggressive and obnoxious, he's like, who's that? They seem confident. And then he'll just listen to you. So
that was the old school Fox News. He would just listen to everything they said, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I forget, there's a Russian leader. There's a Russian guy who was like this crank who was controlling one of the czars. I forget his name, but that's what Laura Loomer is today. Like that, whatever that guy's name was, that's what Laura Loomer is today. This like psychopath who's now controlling the king, basically.
Scary. It really relying
is,
on tweets to fucking fall.
I'm Canadian and just visited the U.S. I had a pretty pleasant experience outside of and news Kyle shares. What negative changes have you both personally experienced in your daily lives? Negative in daily life? I mean, for me, my daily life is very sheltered. You know, the U.S. is a very like individualistic country, and we live very individualistic lives, right? Like Corin does his shit, goes to work, comes home, hangs out with Molly and the girls, takes care of the girls, etc. Like, we're really in our own little like hermetically sealed bubbles.
Yep.
So for me, my life always sort of feels the same with what I go through on a daily basis. But, you know, in terms of online, I don't read the shit, but I'm sure I'm getting way more death threats and way more anger, way more hatred and shit, like on a regular basis. That's probably happening. But, you know, outside of that, I'm like, I'm kept away from it, which is why I'm able to do my job as effectively as I am. You know, like I'm human. If I were to see people always fuck you, you know, all that all the time, I'd be like, damn, am I fucking wrong about everything? You know?
Yeah. And negative changes, nothing really personally for me. I think just I steer away from a lot of those conversations of people I know are like right wing or like have strong opinions one way that I disagree with. I don't kind of like engage with that, but I do see it on Facebook. A lot of people that I thought were like super cool that I like, who have some crazy ass takes that I'm like, I got to stop maybe fucking with that person, or just, like not interact with them as much because their ideas are kind of way off base from what I feel like. But I steer away from that shit. I don't like controversy. I don't like fucking that type of conversation shit. So I just stay away from it with people I know is going to be a weird, awkward conversation.
Yeah, I mean, me and you were both like that. I'm not trying to talk politics and religion in real life in person.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. It's like that's what I'm saying. People going to Charlie Kirk's fucking speeches and shit. It's like, why? For what? Like, just stay home and chill. Watch TV.
Seth White says, if anyone is in the Middle East, my recommendation is to just be professional, only be on defense, and represent your country as best as possible. Gotcha. Why is Corin going to the Middle East?
If anyone is in the Middle East, my recommendation is just be professional. No, you won't find me in the Middle East. Yeah, I was in Israel. Shout out to Israel.
You guys should talk to Luke Thomas about Saudi money in sports. Yeah, I've been on Luke Thomas's podcast. But yeah,
Luke Thomas. He knows about.
Luke Thomas, he's a UFC reporter.
Oh, I think you mentioned him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a UFC reporter, and he's like the only lefty in that business. And I did a podcast with him, and apparently he knows a lot about the Saudi money thing. Yeah, they're drenching all the sports leagues with money. They're drenching comedians with money. They're buying legitimacy in the eyes of the West. And because Trump is so corrupt, he's letting it happen, you know? Like, he's getting a piece of it, so he's like, why not? You know?
We'll see if LeBron takes any money soon when he retires.
Yeah, he might. I think he's working on, he wants to start a new league to compete with the NBA. LeBron? And that would be with Saudi money, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, chill.
I'm pretty sure that's...
I'm surprised they haven't gotten Jordan to do some shit, because I feel like he'd be the first to take some Saudi money.
I think the NBA bought him first, because the NBA said, we'll pay you to do announcing shit, and he'll probably do it like once a month or something, you know?
Yeah. That could be next, though, like, because he's involved with car racing. So if they give him some car racing shit, that could be next.
How far along in Game of Thrones are you? And if you finish, what do you think of the ending? Cole, I finished Game of Thrones, and the ending sucked. And it sucks because it was such a great show. It was like the greatest show ever for like, I don't even remember, 4 seasons maybe. And
there's a spinoff now, right?
Yeah, House of the Dragon, which is very good too. Yeah. But they're also fucking that up also. Like,
oh, really?
It's kind of amazing. It's like written in the laws of nature that the show's got to be awesome and then fall off. And that's what happened. Yeah, and like the show is still the beginning makes it so good that you're like willing to just accept that the end is bad and still watch the show.
Hate that every show ends like every good show. People are like, yeah, but the end was whack. The last couple seasons are whack. Like, can't it just be fucking good across the board the whole time?
They had the opportunity to really do something special, to like really make a show that's like just far and away goated. Like,
but people still say it's goated, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing, is they deviated from the book material.
Oh, so they could have made it fucking fire.
Yeah, they could have made, and I mean, to be fair, the end of the books isn't out yet, but a rough like outline of it is, and so like you could have just followed it a little better. Like, they could have done better than what they did.
Yeah.
People still say it's one of the goated shows, even though it fucked up the end. So imagine if they had a good ending, it would have been like runaway fucking #1, you know?
Yeah. Appreciate you, Cole.
Is it time to get the fuck out, or is it too late, or do we go down with the ship?
Go down with that shit, bro. We on the Titanic, man.
To each their own. That's what I would say to that. To each their own.
I don't know what I don't know what get the fuck out is. Or is it too
like go to fucking Canada, go to Mexico,
going away, and you have those means, do that shit.
Yeah.
Go to Ogilvy in Australia.
It's just, it's hard for people to just leave, Like, I guess it's only when it's a matter of necessity is when people leave, when they're like, no, seriously, like, we need to leave,
Yeah, facts. Appreciate you, JB.
Lefty Meme says the Canadian Parliament gave Charlie Kirk standing ovation. Sure, political violence is not acceptable, but I don't like how people whitewash Kirk. Yeah, again. And if I died, would they be giving me a standing ovation? No chance.
Appreciate
no chance.
You, Lefty Memes.
By the way, how come you haven't covered Graham Plattner? I have mentioned him. He's the Bernie-backed Democrat running against Susan Collins in Maine. So I have talked about him. I have, but I just haven't done like a dedicated standalone segment on him. Yeah, he's great. I really hope he wins. That would be awesome.
Lefty Memes back to back.
Yo, tech boomers, do you guys want to make YouTube shorts out of podcast material? There's a lack of fire, piss, and shit takes on both YouTube and TikTok. I think Corin, you're gonna do it, right? Aren't you doing it?
Yeah. I do more shorts. I do a lot of shorts.
You do a lot of shorts, but usually it's just you. It's not from the podcast, right?
Yeah, no, not from the podcast. But Molly was saying something that she looked into it. You're not allowed to like take content that's posted and like repurpose that shit or something like that.
Even on your own channel?
Yeah, some shit about like the same videos. I forgot what she was saying, but I think she said some shit about that. Like,
you could definitely do it. Like,
yeah,
you might have to click something off behind the scenes. Like, it depends on your settings. If your settings are like, no, but if it's your channel, you should be able to do it, no problem.
I know, but she was saying like the same content or something. There's something against that. And she's probably writing in the regular chat, but I can't see it. So maybe we'll see it in a second. But
you can speed it up like 1.1.
Oh, maybe that.
Or you could mirror image it and put me on the left and you on the right. Like, there's ways around it, even if there is a problem, which I think you can still do it.
So fucking smart. That is a goal. Samo,
thoughts on the Canelo versus Crawford boxing fight? If you watched, Corin watched, so I'll let him take it. I didn't. I was sleeping.
Oh yeah, I fell asleep. So I woke. I was awake when the fight started. First off, the entrances were too long. They had some Mexican band playing for dumb long, and they were just panning the camera over the crowd for literally like 10 minutes. It was so unnecessary. And like, I was just like, just start fighting or bring the fighters out. This fight didn't start till 1 a.m. I was there in the beginning. I woke up when they were announcing the winner, and then I fell back asleep. It was too late, which sucked because I wanted to watch it. I'm not so into boxing, but this was a big fight, and I'm happy that Crawford won. I was actually on a flight with him one time when he was like not that big. He was flying coached on like some regular ass flight. But I'm happy he won, man. Canelo's made his money. He's kind of a legend in the Mexican world. So it was good for Terrence Crawford to win that one, in my opinion. And you're into boxing too, Kyle. You didn't seem like jazzed up about that shit, or was it? Jazzed?
No, I haven't been recently.
Okay.
Recently,
I know that was your shit at one point. Like you were like big on boxing.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, my dad would always watch all the Tyson fights, and so I'd watch the Tyson fights with him. And then as I got older, I probably stopped for a little bit, but then I got back in it when it was like Tyson Fury and
Wilder was like a big
Deontay Wilder and what was the guy? What's the black guy in British black guy?
Lennox Lewis?
No. You're going old school. I'm thinking more new.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Like sexy looking dude. No.
Yeah. What's his name? Is it Josh something?
Yeah. That sounds about right. Josh something. I can't think of the last name for the life of me, but he fought.
He's gonna kill me now.
Tyson Fury.
Joshua. Anthony Joshua. Right?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Is it Joshua Anthony or Anthony Joshua or something like that?
I think it's Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
But
I haven't watched it in a hot minute. I haven't watched it. As European, I'm so tired of that bulbous glob of earwax and all his little minions. Might be time to move to the moon. Yeah.
Who's
probably Trump?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, probably Trump. Yeah. G. Yates says, "Why did Charlie's wife post a picture of his corpse? Think Emmett Till. and what that did for the civil rights movement. That's my thought. Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Is like I feel horrible for her, but this is also clearly like you're using this for like brazenly political purposes, and it's very disturbing that you're like using it to try to incite fighting the left and anger against the left, and it's very weird. And this is all when again we don't know about the shooter, like we don't know enough.
Yeah.
But if, by the way, if he was actually like a flaming lefty, they would have been released like 100 pages of shit proving it. You know,
that's a good point too. Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, G8s. GBW.
Thank you, GBW. Care. Appreciate you. Take care.
You take care too, David. Thank you, bro.
$20. Thank you, bro. I'm sure you get this question a lot, but the way you feel about Jon Stewart, I'm sure there are many here that feel the same about you. We need you in electoral politics, Kulinski 2028. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. But they would put me through the ringer, bro. Like the shit we say all the time, man. Like there's a library of me and Corin saying wild shit that goes all the way back to 2012, bro.
Facts.
And it's just so easy.
You're gangster about it, where it's just like you own it. You know how to like kind of respond to it.
True.
Like,
yeah. You know, but like I don't know. There's not many people. It's a very unique talent to be able to just like weather any political storm.
Yeah.
And Trump has it. I don't know if I have it. I don't want to find out if I have it.
True.
But you know, they I mean, they'd be wasting time bringing up shit of, you know, us saying shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's facts. Appreciate you, David. Thanks a lot. Maybe one day.
Shout out Susie Simons. Thank you for the $20. Kyle, respectfully, I would not take time out of my life to make a docs list for you if you died. I would not take time out of my life. Okay, good. All seriousness, do you feel like all of this is a way to manufacture consent to take down any and all dissenting voices? It definitely fucking looks like that. Stephen Miller was on Fox News like immediately, basically being like, we're going to infiltrate these left-wing organizations. We're going to investigate them. We're going to take them down. And like, you get the sense that it's Naomi Klein, the shock doctrine. It's like, we already wanted to do this shit, and now we have an excuse to really do this shit and to like go hard over it.
Facts.
And it's scary, right? Like it's scary. Any sort of left-wing organization, they're just going to try to like launch bogus investigations and take you down by any means necessary. And like, they want this country to be a one-party state. They really are trying to do that. And now they have an excuse where they say, hey, we say you were linked to the killing of Charlie Kirk. You were involved in the planning of it. So now we're going to investigate you. And now we're going to fucking tear you apart. Now we're going to audit you. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And so it's not good, man. It is not good.
And there's no like policing, you know, kind of the right. So it's like they can just do it without any kind of consequences.
Yeah, and nothing holds them back. These people don't give a fuck about decorum, civility, the rules, being fair. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't
Susie,
give a fuck.
Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. I know you've got a little
one
at home.
Lefty Meme, shout out to you. What happened to the OG set with the green lighting? Makes me nostalgic. I started watching you when Bernie announced in 2020. It's still there. We still got it.
Yep.
It is still there.
Appreciate you, Lefty Memes. Raw Racers.
Raw Racer. Grew up agnostic in a Baptist area, though civil unrest has been coming for a long time based on how I was treated. Is it true that Lil Marco will get veto power for passports? Thoughts for people afraid for their safety? On the Marco Rubio thing.
Yeah, what's up? I just removed my passport.
So Marco Rubio wanted the ability to like revoke anybody's passport for whatever reason. And they were saying, if you criticize Israel, we can revoke your passport.
Damn.
But I don't think that got through.
Oh, good.
That failed. So that failed, thankfully. I
love how Rubio tried to put some shit into place and they were just like, nah, fuck you.
Thoughts for people afraid for their safety. I mean, look, you just got to take precaution, right? Get yourself a security system, get yourself a gun.
Facts.
Keep it next to you, you know.
Yeah, if you're not doing nothing wild, you're good. I mean,
you should be fine, man. Like, honestly, like the people who should actually be afraid are like people who do what I do. Like we're the ones who should be afraid.
It's scary.
You know, like that's really, it's us, you know, I would say politicians, people like me, like political influencers, we're the ones who need to worry. Everybody else is more like, you're not. I mean, I guess what I would say though is you do have to worry if you were out there saying some wild shit about Charlie Kirk. They're trying to come for your job. You know, they're like, so be careful about what you say and what you do and stuff like that. But, you know, your life is not in danger. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Appreciate you, Racer.
White Boy Polk says, been watching since the hungry days, brother. Give Geordies a watch.
What's
Geordies? Yeah, I don't know what Geordies is.
I don't know what Geordies is, but White Boy Polk, appreciate you, dog.
Was that on the list of the stuff I was supposed to look at?
Geordies, the instructor in the building.
Charlie Kirk engaged in stochastic terrorism, which is a form of incitement where a public figure uses direct, indirect, vague, or coded language to demonize a target group, which then inspires his supporters to commit violence. I went through a list of stuff today, actually, in one of the segments
really?
that he said, and it's just like we can't just like not pretend that we
He
can't pretend
wasn't.
he didn't say these things. Like
Yeah.
he said these things,
Yep.
right? And it's very dishonest how the right is acting like you're not allowed to literally quote him and say, I disagree with this. You know, like, yes, you are. His legacy, you are what you do. These are the things he did. These are the things he said. We're allowed to talk about that.
Yep.
And so, yeah, there's almost, you can't find a group that he didn't fucking, I mean, I guess white Christians he didn't shit on, but like every other group, there's some quote that you're like, God damn.
Yeah.
So it's true. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, he said a lot of fucked up shit. Appreciate you, the instructor.
Kyle, you, TJ Kirk, and the YouTube atheist community back in the day planted the left-wing seeds that stopped me from being a right-winger. Also, my screen name is pronounced Ketzel. Oh, shout out, Ketzel.
Oh, sorry, Ketzel. I don't even know what I said. Cute.
And that's great.
Cute as all.
It's actually, TJ is actually texting me to check on me and make sure I'm all right since the assassination. So shout out to TJ. Good dude.
Yep. Shout out to everyone whoever reached out. Appreciate you, though.
Polyrain, Kyle and Corin, you guys rule. Thanks for being legends. What's your favorite pizza place and what do you order? I don't know. There's a place called John's that I ate at in New York. That shit was banging. John's Pizza.
There's good Newark, not Newark, Norwalk, Connecticut has really good pizza. They've got Sally's. Sally's is what it's called, and then Don Pepe's is on the same block. It's like famous pizza, super old school. But I just get cheese. I always start with a base of cheese pizza, and then we'll get like a pepperoni and maybe like a chicken parm slice. Vodka slices are banging. The pasta slices are mad good too because they'll layer mad pasta on that shit. Those are my go-to in pizzas. But I think same with bagels. You always got to get a plain bagel and you always got to get a cheese slice just to see where your fucking base is at. But favorite pizza place, I don't know. Anywhere in New York makes banging pizza. You can't really go wrong. But Domino's is slamming too. Appreciate you, bro.
Numa, shout out. Numa. I don't know how I'd pronounce that. Numa?
Yeah. Fluma.
Well, shout out to you anyway. I know you think the economy is cooked, but when is the market going to give? The Fed is lowering rates this week despite the market at an all-time.
Yeah, the stock market has never crashed after all this shit.
One thing, Numa, that I can't tell you is timing. I'm not good at predicting when something is going to happen. And to be fair, I don't think anybody's good at predicting when something is going to happen. I could just say that the ingredients are there, that when it happens, it's going to be very, very bad.
Yeah.
I'm talking, horrible inflation, horrible spike in unemployment. Just stagflation. It's gonna be stagflation. It's gonna be a worst case scenario. And every move he's made has been to piss off our allies and isolate us from the world. And people are not even looking at the dollar anymore. They're going to the flight to safety is to gold now and not the dollar. So it's gonna happen and it's gonna be bad. I just don't know when. But the fact that if the Fed is gonna lower interest rates this week, that's gonna make it happen faster, I think.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think so for sure.
Appreciate you.
Lefty memes. Bring Connor Burbridge on Crystal Kyle and Friends. He's a true lefty fighter, primarying establishment Democrat Jack Reed in Rhode Island. I've never heard of this guy, to be honest, but I'll write his name down. Connor Burbridge.
I did go to Wrigley while I was in Chicago. I like Wrigley Field a lot. It was very nostalgia. I saw the Bear, and I liked it. Appreciate you, Raw Racer.
Oh, you saw the restaurant, the Bear?
No, well, I saw where they filmed a couple of different locations.
I like the first season of that show.
Yeah, the Bear. Yeah, the first season was good. It started falling off, but I'm talking about their mascot. His name is like Clark, and he's a big cubby bear. So I got a picture.
Okay,
with Clark.
I got you. Shout out Susie. Since we are the same age, do you guys also feel 107 trying to figure out what a groiper is and explain it to others? So unfortunately, my answer to that is no, because I'm so immersed in this shit. I knew what a groiper was.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck that shit is.
I know. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't know. I figured, most people our age wouldn't know, which is kind of crazy because we're not old,
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of other shit that I'm trying to keep up with. Like, so now when kids say bye, we used to say peace out. Or do you remember when people said like one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now they say safety. So that's the new thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Safety is when you used to fart back in the day. Do you remember you would say safety to clear yourself of farting? Because I guess someone can punch you.
It was something like that.
But there's a lot of other terms that now I'm trying to keep up with, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying. You guys are just, but
the Gen Z and Gen Alpha lingo I can't keep up with. The fucking skibbity and Ohio and Riz, and it's weird. Stop.
But we used to say oh, that's the bomb. Like if you try to explain the bomb to a kid now, they'd be like, what? What's that mean?
Yeah.
There's probably
I guess the shit always evolves, but Yeah. I am becoming that old get off my lawn guy though.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Gen Z, Gen Alpha shit is like, this isn't even like appealing. Like
Yeah.
it's just
And it doesn't even make sense. Like,
I mean, it's okay if it doesn't make a little bit of sense, but don't
Yeah.
make it like some shit that I'm just like, what?
Totally out there. Yeah. All right, we're at the last couple ones here.
Kyle, you should get Avi Lewis on KKF. He's Naomi Klein's husband and soon to announce his bid for leadership of NDP here in Canada. Also, shout out to y'all for inspiring me to start my own channel. Well, shout out DXR Media.
What's up, man? Good luck on your channel.
Yeah. And
Go
stay
check out
safe
his
out
channel.
there, bro. Stay safe out there because it's no fun for us political content people at the moment, you know?
Yeah, but he's in Canada. You're good money.
True. That is true. Canada, our more reasonable northern neighbors. Please give one piece of advice for a soon-to-be father, as in any day now. Corin, should I watch The Labor? LOL. Shout out, JB. Appreciate you.
Congratulations, man. It's super exciting. Yeah, watch that shit. Fuck it, man. Like, you still love your wife and like gonna see her vagina regardless. I think I watched one, but I was at the top for two. And one I wasn't even in the room. I was getting a hamburger. But I don't know if you're not like if you think that shit is gonna like ruin looking at your wife and like having like intercourse with her, then don't watch. Stand at the top and just see the baby come out. Yeah, that's I think the advice. Don't be full-fledged like at the bottom of the bed watching that shit. But advice, man, just roll with the punches, man. It's just a fucking roller coaster. But it's fun.
So my advice is stand by her head and hold her hand. Don't be down staring at the thing coming out. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I'd also say, you know, I'm a stepdad, so I wasn't there for the hardest parts. I wasn't there for the birth. I wasn't there for, you know, when I got in the picture, the youngest one was like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
that's
still young.
That's still young, but it's still I miss the hardest parts. The newborn phase, like when they're totally fucking relying on you and you can't sleep because they got to cry all the fucking time and they need to be fed all the time.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say stand by her head and hold her hand. I wouldn't be looking.
I like that advice too. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't want to. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, who are we kidding?
Facts.
What do you love her less because you want to hold her hand as she's giving birth? Like, what are we talking about? You know.
But yeah, man, just be ready for whatever. But with your first child, you might be up rocking the baby in the middle of the night or something like that. But it all fades away. You forget about all that shit. And then someone wrote a fucked up comment earlier and they said I look like sleep deprived or some shit. But this is how you're gonna look eventually, bro.
Far Twain says, have you thought about how fortunate we have been this hurricane season? Not a single hurricane has made landfall in peak season. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that because
is it hurricane
I watch
season?
the Weather Channel every day. And in the morning, that's like the first thing I turn on. And yeah, they were saying the same shit. Like, to this point, this is sort of fucking crazy. Like, we sort of got lucky on some shit. And so I don't know what the pattern, I don't know. I don't think it was an El Nino pattern or La Nina, but that was like last year. I don't remember what this one was, but I think, was it last year? I think they were forecasting the worst hurricane season. And we, you know, or was it this year that they forecasted and we didn't get it?
I feel like we've always there's always some crazy ass hurricanes. So like,
yeah, this is a rare one where it's been a hot minute without it, but I don't know how much longer the season is. We still have time, I think, for it to fire up in that.
There'll be some shit. There'll be some shit. But yeah, I guess that's good.
What does it go to? October, like late October, I think it does.
Fuck do I know?
Icarus the Defiant says, Kyle, have you thought about making a meme involving your Trump voice? What are your thoughts about the integrity of trying to go viral to get your framing to break through the right-wing media bubble? I haven't thought about making a meme involving my Trump voice. I don't know how viral that would go, but to the idea of like trying to go viral to get my framing to break through the right-wing media bubble, I'm not exactly trying to get right-wingers, you know, like I've given up on that. It's all about liberals and leftists and centrists. So
I don't think a Trump voice would like get people to like,
it wouldn't get him. Doesn't matter how good my
voice
is, you know, it wouldn't get him. So there's your answer there. I don't think anything will break that bubble and make these people like me. They hate me more every day, you know.
All right, 3 more here.
Apparently in Utah, 2 guys were arrested for
maybe Utah.
2 guys were arrested for attempting something bad to a Fox News van. False flag. Mike Cat says, "Hi, sailor." I saw that earlier that they said it was like some Muslim guys. And so people were saying, oh, are they going to try to link it to like, it's trans lefty Muslims who are working together trying to like, you know, hit all the fucking like right-wing baddies, you know? It's possible. I don't know. I haven't seen anything since the tweet this morning. So I guess we'll find out together. But shout out, scream it, yeah. Thanks for the $20. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Corey Thomas, thank you for the $5. Been watching Secular Talk since 2016 and this channel since you guys relaunched. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Corey. We appreciate that. And by the way, everybody listen and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We're trying to grow Corin and get him to 100,000 subscribers. That'd be fucking awesome.
Appreciate it.
Hook a brother up with that.
And yeah, always appreciate the love, Kyle.
James Walters, thanks for the $10. Just watched the Destiny vid. Y'all are by far my favorite 2 YouTube white dudes. Would love to see interaction, but I know he said wild shit about you and Crystal in the past, even recently. LOL. Yeah.
Is he not a good dude, Destiny?
I mean,
we don't rock with him.
He gets a lot of heat from a lot of people about a lot of things, and I think he's got some court cases going on right now too.
Shit. Oh, damn.
He's got some serious court cases going on.
But, thank you, though, James.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thoughts
on Mark Carney? He's not Donald Trump, and I am jealous for that reason alone. But yeah, he's I don't know, probably a centrist-y guy, but way better than what we got here. So I wish we could have a Mark Carney right now, if I'm being honest.
Last dude, Dez with the banger.
Corin, keep killing it. Kyle, I love you, bro. Please stay safe. I will, Dez. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the $10.
For 3.
Oh, people blessed it tonight. You got a lot of super chats tonight.
They did, man. Thank you to everybody, man. Kyle, thank you too, man, for always. Anything I missed or you missed? Anything that you want to mention?
No, I think we're good, man. I think we're good.
You've been rocking out for a minute. Appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, we almost hit the 3-hour mark, y'all. I think this is a record, right? This is.
I don't know what you sent. My bad, but some of those other ones I just had to get to bigger shits because. But love you, Bo. There's your.
It might be the $2 ones because the $2 ones sometimes don't show. Remember, like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Kyle,
I feel like
thank
the $2
you, bro.
ones get lost.
We'll see you all next week.
Appreciate you guys, man. We'll talk to you. Thanks, guys.
Later, everybody. Peace out.